Our first guest has the #1 morning radio program in New York City and also Philadelphia. His syndicated television show can be seen every week. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the one, the only, the lovely and talented Howard Stern.
All right, thank you, Dave. Yeah, groovy. Those were the days when Letterman was a little different, right? He wasn't so combative. I was studying tapes. Forget it. I'm not going to go into it. You know what? Let me take a break. Let me get the morning started right. And, oh, my exhausted. I just want to go back into bed. I want to go home. I was sleeping nice. Oh, I was in my wife bought this comforter, and it was all cozy.
You were nice and warm.
Nice and warm. Kids were all sleeping. The cat was sleeping with Deborah. You know, it was just like the perfect little setting. And I walked downstairs. I stabbed them and chopped them with an axe. All the kids into my wife.
It was a bloody mess.
They weren't acting right.
You knew you could never reach this level of perfection again.
Yeah.
Might as well preserve it.
Everything was perfect. Everyone just quiet.
You're like the stepdad.
Yeah. That's a great movie. Stepfather. What's the name of that movie again?
I think it's Stepfather.
Yeah, that was cool. There was a couple of them. Each one was good. And it was the same exact movie each time.
Yeah, he just got...
he wigged out. He finds a new family, and he just, wants the kid to behave, wants his wife to behave, just wants,
somehow can't hold it together.
No, and then he just kills them all.
He's going to keep doing it till he gets it right.
And he never can kill the kid. It's like, he's running, and he can't kill the wife. The guy's a disaster.
Yeah, there's one kid always gets away.
Yeah.
Makes a mess.
Yeah.
One kid is always on to him.
Right. Anyway, let's take a break so we don't fall far behind. We'll get the show going right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
My front tooth really hurts.
What's wrong with your teeth?
I went sledding with my daughter, and it was like really icy and like bumpy. And when we went over one of the big bumps, I banged my tooth into my other tooth. You know what I mean? And my front tooth is like... Really?
Knocked it out of place?
I don't know what I did, but it's like every time I talk, if my teeth hit each other, it hurts.
It hurts?
Yeah. And, well, the talking for 5 hours straight has been sort of exhausting. Our jobs always cause us to get ill. And then if I go out in the cold for more than like 10 minutes, which I did, I get like a sinus condition. I'm like so wimpy and weak.
You can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm a mess.
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you can't even sled.
No, I can't even sled with my kid without, my wife complains that I don't go anywhere and I suck and I'm this and I'm that.
But take care of yourself. You're afraid.
I am. I fall apart. Every time I want to be adventurous and be a guy, I fall apart. I don't know what it is about my body type.
I don't know that it's your body type more than it is these hours.
Yeah.
I really think these hours are excruciating.
They are.
And no one knows.
No one knows the trouble that we done seen. I know,
what it does to you.
Well, people do tell me they hate the part of the show where you and I bitch about our jobs because most people do envy us and what we do for a living.
Yes. I want them to get up with me.
Yeah. But I do find that I envy people who just have a regular job they go to and, just go home and they don't think about it.
See, what I've been looking at is there are a lot of people who make very good livings and they seem to manage lots of vacations.
Yeah.
And they hardly ever show up at work. They make 4-day weeks a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do.
And I don't understand how they do it. Lots of leisure time.
Yeah, I'm looking for that job.
They can decide to go to Paris next week if they want to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a lot of people we know like that who appear to be getting by with no money or anything. They just do everything they want.
They do everything they want to do.
And they get laid a lot, too. Yeah. They got about 12 girls going or vice versa.
And it just drives me nuts because I have to work all the time.
Yeah, like someone like Mark Harris drives us crazy. You could goof on that guy all you want. The guy who was married to Martha Ray, the bisexual. Like, you could goof on that guy all you want. That guy's having the time of his life.
Constantly on a plane.
Yep. going.
Always driving here, going there. He's taking meetings.
Yeah.
He's singing in a club. I mean, he looks like he's playing with life.
Yeah. He sure is playing with something. Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. All right. Let's go to some phone calls. Miami, you're on the air.
I don't know how it's done.
Yes. Hello, Frisco.
Hello, Frisco.
Rip Taylor called. He wants to come back on the show.
Oh, we haven't seen him in years. Love to have him back.
Yeah, but...
What?
Yeah, all right. I don't know what we'll talk to him about, but...
Where the hell he's been?
Just want to ask him what the hell he's up to.
He couldn't have a career, could he?
He has a big career. I saw him on the Psychic Friends Network for like, really being serious.
That's what I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I was up one night and I saw the Psychic Friends Network thing come on, and then they promoted that Rip Taylor was going to be there.
Yeah, it was like a big deal.
Well, what did he have to say?
Oh, he's very, very serious about that psychic stuff. We'll get him on. But meanwhile, hello, Frisco.
Hello, Frisco. He was one of our first guests, you know.
Yeah, Rip Taylor. You're on the air. Miami. I don't know what's going on there. New York, you're on the air.
Hello. Jackie at one time thought he was his ticket out of here.
Yeah, I know. Jackie Martling is always trying to hook up with comedians and write for them. Yeah. Especially when we first met him. Because whoever used to come in who was in the... Like, I remember he used to slip jokes to Joan Rivers. Oh, can I send you a few jokes? He was always like pitching for jokes and sending people jokes. And I remember Rip Taylor, he figured was his ticket. Rip was going to,
Because Rip actually entertained him. And then Jackie'd send off the jokes and then it'd be a fiasco.
Yeah, right. Another fiasco. I'm the only thing that ever worked out in Jackie's whole miserable life.
And he's still trying to get away from it.
I know. Dear Rip, I've written 50 pages of jokes. I would request that you pay me what you think they're worth, if you're going to use any.
I don't know if he
Jackie,
used
the material.
I don't know if he didn't.
Jackie, the material was fabulous, but, right now I really don't need any writers. Oh. All right, but you like the material, right?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Howard.
Whatever happened with you and Rip?
Write a book of fairy tales.
Yeah, okay.
What happened then?
What happened then? Correct us.
I don't remember. No, I know I met him the second time I was ever on the show.
Right.
Me and him were co-guests.
Right, and I know you were trying to...
You did try
hook up with
writing
him.
for him.
He asked me. Believe it or not. Well, you ask him when you get him on the phone.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll rant and rave about me, too. He'll join in.
What happened between you two?
I wrote some jokes for him, and...
Guess he couldn't work them in, huh?
He worked them in for a while.
All right.
It's not a very profitable...
I know, $3 a joke isn't exactly going to pay the bills.
Yeah,
we went down.
Jackie thought it was his ticket.
Yeah, whenever Jackie bitches to me about, he doesn't get enough money, I go, well, how come you used to write for Rip for $3 a joke?
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
different.
And you do it, too.
What?
It'd be 50 pages of jokes.
Yeah, the work that went into it was unbelievable.
We had a lot of fun with that, man.
Pick and choose whatever you want.
Only pay me for what you use.
I have no way of knowing if he's using it or what.
Who knows? I don't know if he used them, if he didn't. What am I supposed to know?
Dear Rip, I've written 50 pages of jokes on numerous occasions. No one has gotten back to me or my manager, Nancy Sirianni-Martling.
I'm trying to get paid, but I don't know how to... What do I ask?
Yeah, I remember that. He was trying to get money from Rip, and he didn't know how to collect the money from Rip. That was another big
Rip, and Rip paid me.
Yeah, but you didn't know how to approach him. Like, when were you going to get your money? It was already 7 months had gone by. And when was Rip going to pay for the jokes?
Jesus.
I remember the whole thing.
Your lies used to be based on truth.
Okay. That's what you didn't remember.
Huh?
Okay.
He doesn't remember. He wants to remember.
He wants to create,
version.
Oh, I could have been a writer for Rip Taylor.
Busy slipping notes to Joan Rivers.
Yeah, no. Oh, come on, not slipping notes. You
just said that 2 minutes ago,
No, you were standing there. I remember it. You said you pitched her on writing her some jokes. You mailed her your usual booklet of jokes. And when she didn't use it, you got all upset. And she paid $7 a joke.
Years before I met you.
Oh, years before you met me. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
I was born the day I walked into the studio.
Well, believe it or not, that's true.
Yeah. No offense. We saw what you were doing before you walked into the studio.
I was a nurse.
I know, that's right. You made your own record. Okay. Sorry, I forgot. I made my own record. Got me a job here.
It did.
Well, get your job nowhere else.
Well, Howard.
Yeah.
Hi, I'd like to apologize. I don't have my video.
That's all right. We're in the middle of attacking Jackie. It's okay.
I don't have my videos rolling today.
What?
I got to ask you a question.
Jackie likes to revise history.
Oh,
yes.
Christ.
It's always
How
rewritten.
dare you accuse
I could have been a writer for Rip Taylor.
How dare you accuse anyone of rewriting history?
I listen to him scream.
Shut up. Dope.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Who is he, a senator now?
I don't know. You think he's filibustering over there?
Started discovering America.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman. The floor recognizes Mr. Motley. Hey, I didn't discover anything, Jackie. What do I know? I'm the only one who paid for the jokes, I'll tell you that. That's right.
Never had to write to us.
Hey, you hear him.
Rip's a great guy. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that man.
Yes,
Never
yes.
hear him say that about me.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what happened to Rip. He doesn't. I've been writing him. I don't know where he is.
Sent me a postcard like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
This relationship just fell to nothing.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't want to hang around with you. Maybe he didn't think you were that much fun. Maybe you were having fun, but Rip wasn't.
That's very possible.
All right. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, how you doing, Howard?
Good morning.
Yeah, I have a question to ask you about the ratings. How
Sure.
do they come up with ratings? A couple of years ago, I was living with a friend of mine, and I got a couple of phone calls. I think it was 3 calls about a week apart, and they just keep asking your listening habits and who I listen to. And
That probably wasn't the rating service. That was
No?
probably some radio station. Radio stations do market research. They have some nudnik they hire, some kid out of college, and they, what radio station you listening to? What radio station you listening to? The rating services don't ask you what radio station you're listening
and
to.
they play a whole bunch of songs, like 3 seconds of a song.
Oh, that's a radio station doing
Yeah,
that.
that's
Oh,
what
yeah?
they're doing.
They used to do that at NBC. NBC had the worst music you ever heard. When we worked there at NBC, they had the worst music that you ever heard. They'd play like Toto.
People used to pray for elevator music.
Yeah, it was so bad.
It was
Lord.
awful.
And they had a whole department of interns that used to sit there, and they would give them a little cassette, and they'd badger people in their homes and say, we want you to listen to some songs and tell us what you think. And then they would play them these little songs.
Air Supply.
Yeah, and if people went, ugh, that meant it was burnt out.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, nobody played this music.
Air Supply, Men at Work,
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand, Barry Manilow, that Gloria
And
woman.
they
What
put
was her name?
24 hours a day into Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah.
I will survive.
What happened to her?
Yeah. What happened to her? They're playing her on the radio.
NBC went out of business. So
Yeah. They closed down shop. She's writing for Rip Taylor, I think. You know what's funny? She didn't survive.
Yeah.
I will survive. She didn't, though, did she?
Whatever happened?
Yeah, right. I will survive. No, you won't. Right. Anyway, so they used to have this whole department. I remember they had like 20 people, and it was top secret, like what was on the cassette, and they would call people. I remember there was a sheet of paper hanging up. This is how you had to handle the calls. Hello, I'm calling from independent research. We would like you, and you had to read off the sheet.
Right.
We would like you to identify these songs, see if you can identify them, and if you like them or not, or if you think they're burnt out. And they'd play you these songs. Meanwhile, NBC had the world's worst ratings. They went through all of this research, and it would have just been
For
better
no good reason.
if they took darts and threw it at a record list. And yet they went through all this research. It was so comical. It was farcical. Totally farcical.
So how did they come up with ratings then? If,
Ratings is something different.
People don't.
People have to write down what they listen to, and it's a big joke. It's 20 million. Each person represents 20 billion people. Yeah, it's not even scientific. It's the same approach that pollsters use when they sit there and tell you that the next governor of New York is going to be Ed Koch, and then it turns out to be Mario Cuomo.
Yeah, you see how accurate they are.
They're not accurate at all. You ever see political surveys when they say Governor Whitman is down 20 points, and then she wins? Well, that methodology is how they determine the radio ratings. We've done independent research where we've seen indications that there's at least 3 to 4 percentage points of audience that won't admit listening to me. There's lots of women who won't admit listening to me. There are, uptight guys who won't admit listening to this show. And what happens is that if we get, let's say we're number 1 rated, you can't really argue with that. It's very great that you're the number 1 show. But we might be number 1 by 4 or 5 more points.
Yeah. We could have a lot more audience than anybody knows.
It's the same people who say they watch public television, and nobody really does.
Let me tell you, I tried to watch public television last night. I said, there's nothing
Impossible.
on the networks. Let me go over and see what's on Channel 13.
Yeah.
And all I saw was pictures of Holocaust victims. And I said, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I can't watch this.
Yeah, you know, you're just trying to get through the day.
I was watching the other day, and I was
You're still trying to prove the Holocaust on Channel 13. I believe it. It's okay. And I'm one of those people that cannot watch. I won't go see Schindler's List. I can't watch that. So I just don't want to be depressed. You know what I want to rent? I want to rent. I see The Shadow came out.
Oh, it was awful.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I never saw it. Was it really that bad?
It might not be so bad if you're not paying $7.50.
Yeah, I mean, I could fast forward through the bad parts.
But it was a real bore. Yeah, it was a bummer.
What about The Mask? I want to see that.
The Mask was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll give you a laugh.
The Ace Ventura Pet Detective was on HBO last night. I couldn't turn that off. That's just so funny every time I see it. That's like one of the funniest movies I ever saw.
That was out of the movie theater pretty quick, though, wasn't it?
What, Ace Ventura?
No, it made a lot of money.
Did it all right?
No, that made a fortune. It made over $100 million. That put Jim Carrey on the map. Where you been?
Well, I haven't been to the movies, actually.
Really? Me neither. I don't get to go because my wife and I don't go to the movies.
So when are they going to dedicate your rest stop?
I don't know what's going on with that. I got to find out.
Has it been 2 weeks already?
Probably. I don't know.
2 weeks yesterday. I think on a Monday she called.
Yeah, I think the whole thing's going to die.
Oh, dear.
That's my guess.
Well, I'm sitting here saying to myself this morning that guy they want to nominate, or they've nominated to be the Surgeon General.
Yeah. The black guy?
Yeah. Well, his whole nomination rests on whether he ever did an abortion or not.
Yeah.
And that New Jersey Now woman hasn't said a word.
No, you can't hear from her.
But if they want to give you a rest stop, she gets all up in arms.
That's why the National Organization for Women is for retards. Retarded women. They should call it the Retarded Now. Imagine the embarrassment and shame all women must feel. There was a great article in the newspaper about abortion. And there's I think he's a congressman, and he's like from Minnesota or something. I'll find out his name. And this guy introduced legislation that any time a guy wants to get a vasectomy, he has to get written permission from his parents and his wife. And he has to have 24-hour notice before he goes for the vasectomy. And everyone started laughing at him, going, "What are you, nuts? What do you mean a guy can't go in and get his own vasectomy?" He goes, "Hey, listen. This is obviously ridiculous, but it's just as ridiculous for a woman to have to go and ask somebody,
50 billion people.
50 billion people, if she wants to remove this glob from her uterus.
This blood clot.
Yeah, this blood clot that's not even life. So, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That was kind of neat. But this Skivoza from Now, I don't know her name, the one who was quoted in the paper.
Don't even say her name. About
the rest stop. And she's going to fight Mrs. Whitman on my rest stop. And the vets are coming out, and here's a guy who did nothing wrong. He didn't break any laws of this country. He performed abortions on women who had babies that were going to be retarded. And where is she? Where is that loudmouth? She's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, here's a real issue to get into.
Yeah.
And all I hear talking on Capitol Hill are the anti-abortionists.
Yeah.
I can't find one pro-abortion person speaking.
No, they're busy at my rest stop. They're looking for... They don't...
watching you.
This is why even these senators that took the time to write to newspapers and put themselves in front of television cameras should be shamed and not reelected. When you've got a guy who has problems in this country, and you know what the problems are, it's just overblown. Immigration alone is a problem that you should wrestle with day and night and coming up with solutions.
Like the California...
And this guy has time to worry about a rest stop named after me, which is an obvious joke.
He left his office, and went out with cameras to walk around a place he'd never been before.
Yeah, to walk around a rest stop. This is why, if you're not outraged by this behavior... Look, the National Organization for Women, we have no control over. That's just a group of yentas who are looking at coffee clutch. That's just a bunch of women who want to get together and drink coffee and discuss, their husbands and how bad they are.
Yeah,
you want to see how bad it is, they got to go read bathroom walls.
Yeah. I mean, God forbid. You mean to tell me every woman in this country is getting equal pay for equal work? If that is not the case, then what is she doing worrying about bathrooms? Oh, for God's sakes, it's so ridiculous. That's outrageous. It's more outrageous than Jackie writing jokes for Joan Rivers. That's right. All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks for the call. Hey, Howard, I've been trying to call for the longest time. I'm never able to get through, and I got through, and today is my birthday. So I'm glad I got through, and thank you very much. See you later.
Who cares about you? back to me.
What?
Just get back to me.
I got to take a break. I'll be back. I'll take some more phone calls right after this.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Yeah, the guy from Minnesota who wanted that bill passed that if a woman must wait 24 hours before receiving an abortion, so should men who want vasectomies. Mm-hmm. The guy's name is Dave Bishop.
Okay.
Representative Dave Bishop. I found the article. I had it in my bag. What do you think of that?
Oh.
Am I organized?
I'm glad that that is coming. That's working out for you.
I carry a metal bag to work with my laptop in it and about 900 things that I want to talk about on the air that I never get to, and I never will get to. Every day I take them out of the bag, I take the laptop out of the bag, I take the 900 things I want to talk about, and we never get to it. But I have to carry it around, and it weighs 900 pounds. I can't even get it out of the car in the morning.
I know, sometimes my case gets so heavy,
yeah,
I can't lug it around. I just say I can't go anywhere because I have to support this bag.
Like I've been carrying around this article. Here, I'll show you what's in my bag. I carry around every day. This is what I carry around every day in terms of articles. This is everything I want to talk about. Wait. And then I have...
my goodness.
Then I have 2 folders that I've carried. These I've carried around for over 2 years.
2 years?
And the contents of these folders...
There's 2-year-old stuff in there?
More than 2, probably. Maybe
you
more
can
than 2.
throw those away.
No, I can't, because there's really great stuff in here that we're going to do one day. They're evergreen beds. Okay?
I do, after a while, say it's not worth carrying this anymore.
You're right. I mean, I've been carrying around this thing. This was from a book Ratso bought me on body fluids because he heard me on the air one day talking about farting. Remember I told you I like to fart into my hand and smell my hand? And you guys were laughing at me. That's so bizarre.
Right.
So they surveyed people. This is a book. It's actually a really good book. And this chapter is called Flatus or Flatus.
Flatus.
Flatus. It's about farting, right? And it asked people the question. It did a survey, but a quiet survey where people didn't feel, anonymous, right?
They didn't have to admit to anything to anyone else's face, okay?
Have you ever farted onto your hand? Did you sniff your hand afterwards? Were you at all surprised? Do you think this is sick behavior? Now,
all right.
21% say they have farted into their own hand.
That's
21%.
A low number.
It's a low number,
but
I mean,
it's larger than I thought.
Exactly.
But it is still a low number.
15% say they sniffed their hand afterwards.
So you've left even further behind. Go on.
Only 3% say it surprised them. I don't know what that means. It surprised them.
What, like what it smelled like, or that they did it?
It's very vague.
Where's the surprise?
I don't know.
You know you're doing it. The surprise is that somebody's taking a survey of it.
I think the surprise is that it surprises them that they smelled their own hand. Like, did your own behavior catch you by surprise?
Right.
But why? I don't understand the difference between 21% who do it into their hand and only 15% smell.
Yeah, why would you do it into your hand? I don't know. I think
feel that warm air.
I think 6% of the people are embarrassed to say they smell their own hand.
Yeah, they immediately start to get embarrassed.
Because I've done this my whole life. I love to fart into my hand and smell it.
All right, so how many, what was that last question?
Do you think this is sick behavior?
And how many said that it was sick?
10% say they consider the behavior sick.
Are you in that 10%?
No. Most comments address the sickness issue. Some consider the behavior downright healthy, like the 26-year-old who answers, not at all. Curiosity is a healthy trait.
Why do you need... You can smell it without putting it in your hand and sniffing it.
A 23-year-old gives the opinion that it is not sick unless it's habitual. Well, I'm not habitual about it. I mean, it happens once in a while.
Yeah.
I used to do it into my hand and cup it and throw it at somebody. Huh?
Well, that's even sick.
Throw the air at somebody.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about there.
Of course you do. It's the same thing.
Finally, a 20-year-old woman said, why analyze it? Let it happen if it's going to happen. Right. What, do you got to talk about it? Explanations and related experiences participants share include, my brother once farted in the bathtub and caught the fart in a glass jar.
How did he do that?
I mean, this book asks all the questions that you really want to ask, but people...
I never even thought to ask that question, Howard.
Have you ever blamed someone else for your farts?
Everybody's done that.
Ever ignite a fart? 52% said they have blamed others. Suggesting that might be one of humankind's oldest lies.
That's right.
That number's low.
All right. Ever fart while swimming? You know, I mean, these are questions that people want to have. You know, these are questions.
These are questions. I don't know what everybody wants to know.
I fart into my own. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to fart in my own hand and smell it. I'm going to do it for you right now. Right now. Here we go.
Go ahead. Break your leg.
Up those percent.
Have a ball.
Right into it. Right here. Oh, that smells good.
You didn't even get anything on your hand. That was
I did it. Robin looked like she's going to vomit. What a bouquet. Perfume.
I don't need a hand to smell that one.
What a dumb job I have.
Oh, man.
You know, and that, your farts...
All kind of... It's disgusting.
You
I was in the shower.
actual material on that hand. You better be careful.
And I don't know. You know, this book also addresses like how people wipe. Do you wipe down? Like, wait a second. I didn't even. It took me 10 hours to figure out what they were talking about.
Okay.
I take my left hand.
I take my right.
Let me think.
They've always said women do exactly the opposite.
Wait a second. I take my left hand. And I take the wad of toilet paper and I start at the
back?
Where my back is. Where my back.
No.
I know women don't do this because they don't want to get.
Women can't do
But anyway, I start at my back and I go down.
Up?
And I go down. That to me is down.
That's up.
You see, I couldn't figure out what up and down was. But to me, that's going down. Anytime you're going towards your weenie, that's down.
No, that's up.
No, that's down. You're going down toward the floor. That's wiping down. No, you know I'm right. Stop. Don't argue when I'm right.
Actually, it's back and forward.
This way I can paint my scrotum. Which is what happens. Then I have to go to the shower and clean up.
Why
I have a real mess.
It doesn't work. It's ugly. It's a mess.
Everything,
you got hairs there going the wrong way.
I know. Like everything gets caught in my hair. It's like a rake.
You're supposed to go with the hair.
How do you wipe, Jackie?
No picnic anyway you do it.
You mean you're saying if I went backwards that it would eliminate my problems?
Yes.
No. I've always gone from...
And what do? Do you reach between your legs or you go behind your back?
I think I go behind my back.
No, you don't think. You know what you do.
I'm trying to think.
No, come on. This is something you do every day.
I'm in the position. Yes, I go behind my back.
I always thought women go between their legs.
No.
No. You go from your back and you wipe upwards?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fred, what do you do? I bet you it's strange.
It is.
Side to side.
What do you do? I got to know what you do.
I do it like a toothbrush. No. What I do...
Fred uses a toothbrush. What do you do? I'm curious.
I do it the same way that you do. I go from back to front.
And don't you, when you take a shower...
I don't because I'm not real hairy.
I don't know if it's my hair or what. It just...
Well, I got to
really hairy. I don't have a lot going on down there.
I actually pull out tufts of hair while I'm down there. It's real ugly when I go.
That only happens once in a while.
I start yanking the hairs because I want to get everything cleaned up.
I'm not real hairy down there either, so...
Right.
Dingleberries do happen.
On occasion.
Uh-oh.
Now, I'm just curious, the way that you do it is you do it from...
But the top of the crack of my back.
So you do it behind your back. You don't go between your legs.
Never between my legs. Only a woman would do that. Man can't. I knew a guy who did that. We used to beat him up.
What did he do?
Yeah. I knew a kid when we were growing up. We saw him on the can, and he put his hand between his legs like a woman. And we just took him and we threw him onto the floor and kicked him.
Put him in a dress.
Yeah, it was great.
Giving men a bad name.
Yeah, that's when I was real manly.
Is the way you do it considered the average normal way?
You know, I got to bring in the rest of the book.
I do it the other way, and Ralph says he thinks I'm gay.
Ratso gave me this book called Body Fluids or something, and I got, for my birthday, and I was just like, what a jackass Ratso is. I hate him. I said, that's the worst gift. I never, people always give me this kind of crap. I took it, I threw it right in the garbage. So then I'm saying, hey, Ratso's a funny guy and stuff. Maybe there was something to the book I wasn't being fair about his birthday gift. So I fished it out of the garbage, and I started to thumb through it. And it was like,
In subjects you were interested in.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, and they would ask questions like that, like, how do people wipe? And they'd survey them, and I found out that most people wipe the way Robin does. Which is what you're doing.
Right. Now, Ralph wipes the way that you do, and he thinks that I'm crazy, that the way I do it is like gay or something.
Yeah, I would think that was gay also. Seriously.
See, I would think it's weird the way you do it.
Why would you take dirt and sweep it into your house?
Exactly. Yeah, no. Well, you have a vagina.
No,
you have a different problem.
You're telling me it gets caught on the wall there.
Yeah, it does. All right, take it easy, will you? You're looking at me like I'm a nut.
You're pushing everything into town.
I know. Yes. All right, but I don't know. For some reason, the other way doesn't seem as satisfying.
Oh, that's different.
I don't know. It just seems backwards, and like things will get messy.
Well, just
I still push it into a wall. I don't want that, because then the people, in case I crouch down and my pants fall kind of low, you'll see everything hanging out of the top of my pants.
That's ridiculous. Logically, you're doing it all wrong.
Jackie, would you bang your head or something? Got a big cut on your head.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's take a look at the top of Jackie's head here.
Where?
Right near his hairline there, where his part is.
Nancy hit him?
Well, you know what? I banged it 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
See, Jackie doesn't even know when he hurts him.
Yeah, he doesn't. You see, me, that would be like a major story.
Sirianni had a new sink put in. I went over to see how it worked, and I forgot there was a closet above it.
I see.
Right here.
Sirianni.
Sirianni, my darling wife.
Anyway, that's the way I wipe. And it was kind of a cool book.
You're not going to change now that you realize.
I'll try it, but
How could you?
How could you change?
I don't think I could try. It's a lifetime of habit.
But
how do you?
Thing. Come on, we're not talking about smoking here. You're not addicted.
Yeah, but no, it's something you do. You do it way more than you smoke.
Nobody here beside me farts into his hand and smells it.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I wash my hands before I come to work.
Not in 30 years.
What do you have to wash your hands from farting onto your
I don't know.
hand?
There's something weird about it.
Really?
Wait a minute. Hold it. Salute.
Yeah, but my pants filter out all the bad ones.
I'll tell you whatever the survey is in there, women definitely don't understand that whole thing about like guys liking the smell.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Well, why my wife farts? She loves the smell of a fart.
When I do it, my wife sits there and she starts like making fun of me like I'm a gorilla because I'll do it and then I'll start like taking deep breaths in and stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
She's like, you're disgusting.
I know, I love it. It is disgusting. I'm going to puke from thinking about you doing that. Something dainty when I do it, but not you.
It's always great when you do it, and it's always horrible when someone else does it.
Well, Jackie blasted away in the jock lounge yesterday. It was really hideous.
Then he yelled at me.
Well, Jackie, was that you in the bathroom? Because I went into go to the bathroom.
I don't know. You know,
wow.
I think that might have been Fred. I'm not sure.
Wow. Yesterday,
I was looking for a culprit because I thought I was going to get blamed.
Yesterday, about 11, I left here at about a quarter of 11, and I had to run in just to check my hair because I had a big meeting.
I was in there 5 minutes before you. So
yeah.
It had been a while, and when you walked in there, it had been a while since.
Oh my God!
Because I walked in there and said. But you know what? I could have taken the blame for that because it was a smell that I never smelled.
Oh my God! It was hey, Fred, fess up. Was it you?
Are we talking being in there at
about? No, that would have placed you at the scene at about 10:35.
I think you came out.
Were you at the Mezzaluna restaurant?
Are you sure you left that early?
I left at about quarter of 11. No, maybe I left at 11.
No, it was more like 11:15.
No, I didn't leave that late. It was 11 o'clock.
When did you hear the dog barking?
Well, I know my wife was watching. My wife was watching the television program Dynasty Reunion.
Does she always watch that show?
No, it was a special. But I knew it was the end of the show because the news came on.
No, because I was in the jock lounge, and
Fred. So were you in the bathroom between quarter of 11?
First, let's establish, did you go to the bathroom, number 2, after the show yesterday?
I did, but I don't think I went at the time.
What time do you think, to your best record, let me handle this like Johnny Cochran.
I think 11:15.
You're saying that you went to the bathroom at 11:15.
Which I think is 15 minutes after the smell sighting.
Why do you say you went to the bathroom at 11:15?
Because that's when I went. What time did the show end yesterday?
The show ended early yesterday at about 10:27.
Yeah.
Well, then it is possible.
Wait a second. Did you?
It is possible. Excuse me. It is possible what? Finish the sentence.
It is.
Finish the sentence.
It is possible that I was in there and committed the act that you have described.
At what time would you say you went to the bathroom?
See, I thought it was 11:15.
Now, what gave you an indication that it was 11:15? Did you compare that to anything that was going on?
Nope, that's usually.
Had you seen me leave when you went to the bathroom?
Matter of fact, no, I didn't.
Howard, I can help. I can help.
To the best of your recollection, was I in the building?
There were 2 stalls yesterday that were filled.
Answer the question. That's not the question I asked. To the best of your recollection, was I in the building when you went to the bathroom?
I'm not aware of that.
I have the pertinent question.
I'll have to sidebar for a second.
Did the place stink when you went in?
Yeah, was it especially pungent?
No, it always stinks.
No, but it usually doesn't stink after I leave either.
Howard, I can help place him.
Go ahead.
Fred,
I have to swear you in.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, yeah.
Fred, you were talking to Leslie West yesterday.
Yes.
Did you go in there
before
or after Leslie?
After Leslie.
After Leslie left?
Yes.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
Then it might not have been Fred because Fred was with Leslie when you left here.
Doesn't mean don't you remember we couldn't find Leslie and Fred? They could have already left.
No.
Because Fred came back after you left.
Oh, he did.
I saw Fred.
Mm-hmm.
You sure it was after you spoke to Leslie? You're positive.
Somebody just cut one, didn't they?
Yeah, him about
I did not.
No.
That wasn't me.
It smells fresh.
Might have been Robin.
Somebody stirred it up.
Here we go.
Everybody's lying.
Could be the power of suggestion. Is the
Yeah, all right. You know what? I don't want to talk about duty anymore. Let me take a break and we'll take some phone calls. I got a KKK message we'll play. Let's get into some race baiting when we get back. Right after these words.
With the Howard Stern Show.
Remember the guy you saved from jumping off the bridge?
That would be Emilio Bonia.
He wants to talk to you.
See? Yeah, Emilio's pissed off at me.
Where is he now?
Well, he's... Emilio.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
What's up?
Emilio's the guy I saved from jumping off the bridge, and...
Yeah, don't rub it in.
Uh-oh.
Things have changed.
Emilio, explain
Good morning, Robin.
Robin, I don't want to interrupt Emilio while he does. I'll comment afterwards, but tell Robin and my audience why you are upset. And tell me.
Okay, first of all, gosh, I can't even get this stupid tape to work.
Oh, you're taping yourself?
Why not?
All right, well, turn down your radio, for God's sakes, and forget the tape.
We'll get you a tape.
We'll find you a tape.
Ours will be better quality.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Turn off your radio. You're making no sense whatsoever.
All right.
You're a parrot?
Yeah, there's a bird going on
He lives
back
in
there.
a jungle.
Yeah. I actually plucked him out of Africa.
Yeah, you ought to be here.
Emilio, the last time I saw you was at the birthday show. You seemed happy. You seemed like you were having fun. You seemed like you had a new lease on life. You had decided not to kill yourself that morning after hearing my humor. And
now what's happened?
And now what is the problem?
Oh, God. A lot of people said a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And when, you asked me if I was happy, this, that, the other, I'm a good actor.
All right, so you're not happy?
Of course not.
All right, what is wrong and what can I do for you? What is your complaint?
Wait a minute, is this your responsibility?
Well, Emilio thinks it is. What is your complaint, Emilio?
Okay, it's not really a complaint. It's
well,
just
tell
like,
me what your problem is.
All right, things haven't gotten any better. It's much worse now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, Dominic is like, what did Dominic do? He extorted me. That's what he did.
See, Emilio, let me explain. All right, so you have a problem with Dominic. Now, go ahead. I'll address this after it's all over. And what is your second problem? Talk about your problem with me.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Come on, you probably are able to articulate it when you're not on the air. Just spit it out.
Yeah, well, he's busy listening to himself. He got on the phone with Gary and was blasting me.
You had no problem telling me yesterday, so tell him today.
So, Emilio, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to think everything's fine. It sounds to me like everything's fine.
No, it's not.
What, are you not getting the attention from Howard you think you deserve?
Well, that's where we're headed, but he can't seem to spit it out here.
Yeah, so he knows,
Well, tell me. I want to hear it. I have not heard it. I have not heard it from your mouth, the horse's mouth.
Emilio, tell Howard the part where you gave him great ratings and he hasn't really given you anything in return.
Oh, but that's not an exchange thing. It's not like I'm asking for something in exchange for that. He got ratings anyway.
Yeah, what is it that you want from me?
Well, all right, you saved my life. You're a hero, right?
Okay.
And you're souped up. You're happy over the whole thing. You called in the media, right?
Absolutely.
There was a big song and dance, everything, right?
Go ahead.
I was screwed.
Okay, now how were you screwed? Your life was saved.
Button, I hope.
I'm sorry?
You got your finger on that button. I hope.
Now, if you're going to curse, that's not good, Emilio. That doesn't win you any friends.
I know.
Now, tell me, why did you get screwed?
Okay, first of all, Dominic, he made a lot of, I don't want to say they're promises, but he said a lot of things. Now I'm ignored by the man. I call him constantly. He don't return a call. I went as far as making an appointment to go out to Meadowbrook to see him. I saw him, all right, he jumped right into it, goes, all right. So
all right, let me address Dominic first of all. Dominic is an attorney.
Also, part of the problem was that Dominic has not been able to make any headway on selling Emilio's life story or the story of what happened.
I know. Emilio.
No, that's not even it either. But
Emilio, let me tell you something.
Yes.
The day that you called me and you were going to jump off the bridge.
Yeah.
Let me take you back to that day. And I'm going to try and be very patient with this, and I'm not going to, because I realize you're fragile. The day that you called me.
Right.
Was a pretty wild day in your life and in my life.
Right.
All right. You had brought yourself to the point that you were going to jump off a bridge.
Right.
Had a little bit of coke in your pocket. Hey, listen, everybody has a little trouble now and then. And they bring you in for evaluation, and you decide not to jump and all of that. And Dominic very nicely said, I'll volunteer my services. Let's see.
You volunteered his services for him, and I took you up on it.
Right.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Dominic called me and
somehow
said...
you're in this.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, somehow I got caught up in it. Dominic is a busy, high-profile, expensive lawyer. What he did for you was a gift. He said, look, I want to get... If they're going to press charges against him because they found a little coke on him, the guy was seriously depressed. Let's not let them ruin his life. He was good enough to get in there and untangle that legal entanglement that you were in.
But there's no legal thing.
No.
I have no record. There's no wrong.
That's what I'm saying. He made sure things went well for you. You could have gotten caught up in the system over a little bit of coke. And it was all handled properly for you.
It's all dropped. It was a misdemeanor. It went nowhere, even with him by my side.
All right, but it was good that you had him by your side, wasn't it? Was it good?
Yeah, but he talked about this, that, the other.
We don't know anything about that. That's all we know about. That's between you and Dominic.
Yeah, I mean, doing coke...
the man don't call me back.
But Emilio, what do you want him to do for you? Doing coke and threatening to kill yourself is not a ticket to stardom. You're waiting to be discovered now in some kind of movie, life story, or book, or... I mean, Emilio, threatening to kill yourself. And then, you know, you had a little coke on you. What are you...
Laughing?
Well, he's laughing because that's not a ticket to stardom.
I know that.
What do you want to be? Tell me what it is you want out of all of this. You want to keep being noticed?
No, that's not the case. So
I mean, compared to you, Joey Buttafuoco has a career.
Exactly. And you know what Dominic did?
What?
He goes, here's Joey's number. Call him.
Okay, so he hooked you up with a friend.
He said, call him. I haven't called him. He goes, talk to his people. See what,
but Dominic has nothing to do with Joey.
He's not a manager.
He's not an agent.
Yeah, but why
He's a guy who represents people.
Things that he doesn't mean.
Well, what did he say?
He's talking about, Inside Edition wants to do this. They want to pay you X amount.
Well, maybe they did.
But you can't talk to nobody. Okay, so he hand-delivered me to you on a silver platter.
Yeah.
You got an exclusive.
Right.
Okay, and then that was it, bottom line.
Well, that's okay.
I see myself everywhere. Hard copy, current affair, Inside Edition.
Emilio, why would they pay you for the story when they can certainly follow a news report that you tried to jump off a bridge?
Why did Dominic say they would?
Dominic doesn't run the TV stations. Dominic sometimes gets excited.
Well, no. If somebody calls Dominic, if somebody calls Dominic from Hard Copy and says, "Hey, Dominic, can you get me this jumper?" and Dominic says to him, "Okay, you got to pay some money. Maybe you can help him out." The guy goes, "Okay." A couple of days later, the guy says, "I thought about it. I don't want to pay." What do you want Dominic to do? You want him to shake him down?
So why is he telling me these things and encouraging me? I mean, I would have dipped out of the spotlight.
All right, so listen to me. I
wouldn't have exposed myself. I would have laid low, and that's it.
Emilio, you did lay low. No, listen to me.
What?
Listen to me.
What's up?
From jumping off a bridge or saying you could jump off a bridge, that's not a ticket to stardom. I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat it because it's funny. And listen to me. I'm pulling for you. I think you got to take a look at your own life and say, you know what? I want to make the most out of this life. I'm not looking to be a superstar. I'm not looking for Hard Copy to pay my bills. Listen to me. Forget about Hard Copy. Who cares about Dominic? Dominic's a busy attorney who has a life.
Yeah, I bet he'll call
You got to be a busy guy with a life.
Why is he upset with you?
He tells Gary that he's upset with me, too.
It sounds like his problems are with Dominic.
He says he gave me the ratings, and now I'm turning my back on him. I don't know what he wants me to do for him.
I think that I do get something here that he thinks that Dominic gave the exclusive about him to you. I don't know what that exclusive was.
Yeah, but that picked me up in the limo.
And that ruined his chances with Inside Edition and Hard Copy or something.
No, I think it was pretty much over. Your life had been saved. It was, you were on the news. I was on the news, and that was it.
But you're always on the news. I mean, I haven't done anything for nobody, okay? But
this is not going to lead to anything. Let me let you down on this one.
I don't expect
this is not going to lead to anything. Hard Copy is not going to sign you up for $10 million.
I sure hope not.
No, it's not going to happen that way. What's going to happen now is you've been given a second chance at life. You've been given a second chance at life.
Yeah, which sucks because I'm worse off now than what I was the day that I was actually on the bridge. It's 5 times worse.
Why?
Now I'm not working.
Why are you not working still?
Well, it's a whole legal thing, and I can't get into it because it's in court. It's in court now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I got another call. You want to hold?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, hold on.
All right, I'll work through this.
Hold on.
And suddenly, I've got a new friend.
Look, this is what I told you was going to happen to you. You were the big shot who said, if Emilio needs me, I'll be there.
Oh, man.
These were the worst words you ever
Well, watch me get out of this.
Now it's like you're responsible for his happiness.
Maybe we could do a sequel. Maybe if he tries to kill himself again, we'll talk about it.
No, let it go this time.
Let it go this time. I don't know. Yeah, I'm changing the number to the station. This is why I'm never saving anybody's life again. It's too much responsibility.
Because now he's telling you his life is worse off now.
Well, whose fault is that?
Than before you saved him.
Well, make it better. And then he says to me...
No, you're supposed to make it better because you pulled him back.
And he says, give me a job.
Yeah.
Emilio.
Yeah.
Listen,
another jerk, you know? That's my accountant. He's supposed to be here at 7:30.
Right.
You know, I got problems with the IRS.
Right.
You know?
Boy, no wonder you were on that bridge.
For months. You know, it's like I'm getting nowhere fast.
All right, listen.
I've been hyperventilating since the weekend.
Listen what you got to do.
I thought I was going to kick the other day, you know?
You got to simplify your life. You've got to stop dreaming dreams. You just got to go while you're a regular guy. Go.
You created some problems, and you just got to deal with them. That's what life is all about.
Right.
When you create problems, you have to solve them.
There you go. There's a good piece of advice.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. This is my first attempt.
Right.
What, you're calling us? We're stupid radio jerks.
Well, you saved my life. You put me back in here, right?
Right.
Okay, so then...
So then what?
Emilio.
You put me right back into the swing of things.
All right, Emilio, here's what you have to do. You have to go back to being a regular guy, and yes, there's going to be problems to overcome, but you go to work, you're going to get that all straightened out, you're going to get things straightened out with your accountant. Everybody has an accountant who's late for an occasional meeting, you know what I mean? Do you understand? Do you understand
well,
these
if
things?
You're late for Emilio, that's the end of the world.
Yeah, he's ready to jump again. These are the kinds of things that everyday life everybody goes through. Even me, pal down there. So you wipe together, that's right. You find other people who can't wipe and you wipe together. And that's what you got to do. You got a wife, you got she's a supporter of yours, she must be. You got kids, they look up to you. Get out there, man. Do your thing.
No, but see, it's an ugly situation, and it's easier said than done.
Well, of course. Nothing's easy in life.
Of course, yeah.
Listen, you got an accent. You got 2 strikes against you right there.
Nah, that's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Accent. You didn't even know I was Spanish the first time.
Oh, come on. Didn't know.
That's right.
It was like sending up a flag.
He didn't want to point it out because you might have jumped.
Listen, you've got things to overcome. You're a handsome guy, though. I'll give you that.
You make a good sign.
And you're a big, strong guy.
Yeah, see, that's
get out there and get a second job.
Fix the sign and put it on the show, right?
I put it on the show. I almost got electrocuted. I won't bring that up.
And Howard didn't blame you.
I touched it and I almost went nuts. So you didn't see me call you.
Nick shouldn't have broke it. You know what I'm saying? I went out of my, it's like
Emilio.
Do all the right things.
Emilio, you're doing all the right things. The right thing now is to get on track with your life. And forget about Dominic. And forget about me.
If you knock on one door and it doesn't open, you knock on another.
Yeah, look at Fred.
So you see, all right.
Nobody's sadder than him.
To Dominic, I couldn't get through him, so I figured I'd call you. It's like I'm pissed off.
Why do you want to get through to Dominic? For hard copy?
No, that's not it. He
What?
already told me nobody's interested in me. Okay, he told me straight out.
Right, so there you go.
He could do is be on his.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big story
But
anymore.
then the whole legal thing, he's like, oh, don't worry about it. They ain't going to call you. That's all dropped. And I started talking to him about my job. He's like, oh, well, do what they want you to do. It's like you're brushing me off. I understand.
So do what they want you to do. What do they want you to do?
They want to examine him.
No, I can't. Yeah, and I have no problem with that, but I don't want to really get into that right now. But he just brushes me off by saying, oh, well, give him what they want to do. It's a freebie, so he don't want to waste time with me.
Well, there's
it was all the fun.
Yeah, well, maybe you should pay him.
I told him, if money's the problem, I'll pay you.
Right.
He goes, I don't want your money, da-da-da-da, and that was it.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call Dominic.
Because Dominic got you into this mess.
Yeah, Dominic sounds like he's causing me a problem.
Yeah,
but Emilio, you got to be realistic. No. Dominic's not a snake. He was very generous to come forward and help you in a time when you were.
It. But now I've been exposed.
But you can't expect him to fight. I mean, the guy has. I mean, you've got to go back to a normal life. You're involved in battles. You've got to go back to being a regular, humble guy. A guy with a simple life. You go. Let me tell you the secret to life. You want the secret?
He won't listen.
Talk to me.
You go to work. You come home. You put on some TV. Maybe you drink a beer.
No, I don't drink.
All right. You don't drink. Doris, you do some coke. All right. And then you.
That's better.
And then you.
Right then.
All right. Listen to me. All right. Let me start over again. You go to work. You come home.
There's no job to go to, but go ahead.
All right. Well, you had a job. You screwed it up.
Yeah.
You had a great job.
Don't you got poor? Ain't you well connected? Why don't you get me involved?
Oh, please. I'm not well connected at all.
Look at us. We're running from the government.
No.
I got $2 million in fines against me. I got my own problems. I'm not turning to you for them, though.
Yeah, that's the radio show.
Right.
That's not you.
What is it?
Dominic's on the phone.
All right, here's Dominic.
Oh, see, I knew it. I knew it.
Well, there you go. You knew it.
I knew he was going to call in.
Dominic, what do you want with this guy?
No. Listen, he's a very nice man, but I don't want his money. He's got a situation with his job, which he has a union lawyer.
Right.
He belongs to a union. He's paid dues. They're very good lawyers.
Yeah, what does he
know how to do labor law.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Listen, he wants me to go. First of all, he had a criminal case. I sent the lawyer to criminal court for no fee. The case was dismissed.
Right.
They arrested him on the wrong side of the bridge.
Right.
It was a technicality. They didn't want to prosecute him, so all his criminal cases were over.
Right. That's very nice.
Excuse me, Emilio.
How do you know
like
that, Dominic? I'm supposed to contact them in 2 months.
Nothing's happening. Emilio, listen.
Yeah.
You're a very nice man. I like you. Howard saved your life. It was all good, but you got to go on with your life now.
Right.
You got to get to part 2.
Right.
He thinks that you're all going to be his best
When you first
friend.
got arrested,
I know.
Excuse me, Emilio. When you first got arrested, I spoke to the hospital. I made sure you got out. They let you out in 1 day after I called them. That was good for you. But now you got to get to the next things in your life. You got a wife. You got a child. You have a job. Do all the things and just go on living.
You got the job. The union lawyer's going to look into it.
He's got a free lawyer who specializes in union problems. What does that got to do with me?
But in the meantime, I'm sitting here.
So what do you want Dominic to do?
There's no cash flow. And then, Dominic, you say, I spoke to the hospital, you got out the next day. That was all arranged before you even jumped into the picture.
No, Emilio, why are you attacking Dominic? Was a guy. I didn't see any other lawyer in the country.
Too, but why don't he return my calls?
Because how can he return your calls? This is a guy who gets millions of calls from paying clients. What is he going to do? He's going to keep. He just told you exactly the right thing.
No, the real problem is Emilio wants the juice. He wants it to go on, but it's not going on. The case is over.
Right.
I mean, he said to me, should I go back to the bridge and jump again? I said, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's not the plan.
We're not taking any more of those calls, Emilio.
Yeah, no one's being cold, Emilio. I mean, Dominic stepped in at a time where no other lawyer did. He did you a nice solid. Whether he was good or not, or whether it would have made a difference or not, you didn't get caught up in the legal rumble jumble.
There was somebody to help you if it did go bad. So
right.
It didn't go bad. You're a lucky guy.
Yeah, don't complain about what goes good in your life. You could have been tied up in court over your cocaine possession.
You know the funniest thing? He's a very nice guy, Emilio.
He's a real nice guy.
I went all the way up to the Bronx. I took my life in line.
Oh, God.
They robbed my hubcaps while I was waiting.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Emilio.
You picked me up in a limo.
Emilio.
I did the show. What did you do? You sent me home in a lousy, cheap-ass car service.
Oh, my God. Emilio.
Did you pay for any of it, Emilio?
Emilio, you got a free ride there and back.
Wow, I got a car.
I mean, why does Dominic have to send you a car at all?
Can you imagine? I go pick him up in the limo at 5 in the morning, and then we send him home in another car. He's complaining the type
When do you get to ride in a limo?
Yeah, who else is providing limos for you?
You know what I mean? It
What?
was all a thing. I feel it's collaborated, and everyone got what they wanted, and that's it. Now
Emilio, but what did you get? You got something out of it too. You felt good about life again, and you got out of a cocaine possession charge, and now you're back on track. You got a union lawyer who's looking into your situation. You're waiting for something big to happen. You're waiting for Dominic to make something happen out of this.
Emilio, what would you like?
Tell us what you want.
Well, what you had told me would be nice, because I was looking forward to it.
What is that?
Nothing has happened.
What was that?
What do you want to have happen?
I don't know. I guess what I'm entitled to.
I know what you want. Emilio, the miniseries.
What is he entitled to?
Wait, what are you entitled to, Emilio?
Well, I don't know. Ask Dominic what he was telling me.
Well, what Emilio would like is a movie or a book, but it just isn't there. I mean, I've spoke to 3 movie people. They said, listen, it's not even a miniseries.
Right.
Yeah, so you should have did that first and then told me. But you told me prior, oh, yeah, we got this, that, the other. I told you about my job. You said forget about it. You wouldn't need to work, you know?
Listen, Emilio.
Would you like to be the guest host on Talk Soup?
Wow.
Emilio,
wow. That's not good enough.
Emilio.
That's just one guest shot, Howard.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't pay.
Emilio, you're sounding silly now. Now you're sounding silly. There is no way that Dominic can change your life. He stepped forward and did something very nice for you, I think.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, and I had told him that.
This guy Dominic doesn't need to lift a finger, and his practice would go on, his career would go on. He doesn't need to lift a finger for you. He went down, he sent one of his guys down to make sure that the court didn't jerk you around. These guys are high-paid guys. These are not.
I didn't see nobody. I got there, it was a desk computer.
Emilio, Dorothy going from my office was with you. She went into the court. She went into the Bronx court. But that's not the issue.
But Emilio, why would
you were on vacation?
You expected to see Dominic?
No. You know what? Actually, Emilio, I was thinking of canceling my trip to Puerto Rico to go to court with you for possession of misdemeanor coke. But you know what? I actually went in your honor. I went to Puerto Rico.
Emilio,
say, yeah, I'll be there. Don't sweat it. There's no problem.
Emilio, were you taken care of? Emilio, were you taken care of? Did anything happen to you in court bad?
Of course not.
I feel that if it would have took its own route, it would have turned out the same.
All right, so but it turned out great. You should be happy.
Why
are
you calling Dominic then? You don't need him.
You don't need him. Every other day.
See, he knows it. You don't call me back.
Well, he can. He doesn't. What he's telling you now is what he tells you every day. How many times can he tell you this?
I walk into my office, there's probably 80 calls. 20 of them are from people in different mental hospitals lately. But Emilio, I truly, truly like you. You're a nice man. Just, you got to go to part 2. It's now time to go on with your life.
Whoa. Hey, Emilio, no S word and F word.
But Emilio, listen, what can I you know what? I'll tell you.
What do you want him to do, Emilio?
I will do what you like right now. You tell me what you want my law office. There's 10 lawyers there. They all work for me. What do you want someone to do for you today? We'll do it. Tell me what.
Oh, because we're on the air. But
all right, so he's telling you.
Take it.
All right, what do you want him to do?
What is it we could do for you?
Oh, God. But that's not the point. You're missing it.
No, that is the point, because really there's nothing you really want us to do. But
and I understand that, but at least call me and tell me that. I mean, I call along.
All right, now do you feel, hold on. Do you feel satisfied now that Dominic has told you?
What would you like? Tell me your heart's desire. What can we do for you?
Oh, God. Didn't I go to your office in person? Huh? I went out of my way. I went out there. I had to go that far to see you because I got no acknowledgement, no call.
All right, now you're getting acknowledgement. What do you want him to do?
What can I do for you?
All right, will you be there for my job thing?
No,
I don't do labor law. I walk into.
You got a lawyer.
You just want me there to meet everyone. I can't go to a labor law thing. They look at me like I'm from planet Mars. I don't know how to do it.
Right, it's not to meet everyone. That's not the point. Everybody knows.
Everyone knows. Emilio, please tell me what you want, and today, you know, I will have one of my lawyers immediately handle what you want, but there's nothing you want me to do. You want me to get you a picture deal. There's no picture deal.
Right. I don't want that. I just saw what you had said, and you made it all look nice. You prettied it up, put a nice dress on it, and you handed it to me on a silver platter. That's what I was expecting. I didn't get none of that.
Emilio, I can't give you a movie deal if I don't have a movie company. Howard, do you want to buy his movie deal?
The rights to Emilio's story?
No, there's no story.
What is it, Gary?
There's a lot of things people don't know.
I gotta tell you, Emilio, you're not gaining any public sympathy. I've been answering the phones in the office, and the calls range from you give Puerto Ricans a bad name to could you bring them back to the bridge and push them off? But I mean, nobody's saying, hey, this guy's right.
No, but Emilio, you hear that bird in the background that you have? You got to be happy like that stupid bird. You got to just. What does the bird do? What does the bird do? What does the bird do every day? Tell me what it does.
It sleeps.
It eats and sleeps.
Yeah, and it goes to the bathroom.
That's what you got to do.
And that's what I've been doing because there ain't nothing going on.
Now listen to me. You're going to get your job back. You're a good hard worker. The union knows that. You always were. There was never an issue.
He doesn't have a bad record.
No, he's got a terrific record. You're going to be working it, but you got to be satisfied with your life. You got to be satisfied that you're working, that you have a nice wife and a family, and that you go home and you eat, and this is the secret to life.
Get Dominic.
There's nothing. Let me tell you something. You think I got an exciting life? You think because I'm on the radio? You think I do, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I could possibly trade lives with you and be happier. You want to know why?
Why?
Because this is what I do. You're gonna be in shock when I tell you what I do.
He won't believe it.
I get up at 4 in the morning.
I know.
I come to work. I'm well paid.
Yeah.
But because my neuroses are so strong, I go home and I sit there in front of the TV waiting for something to happen so that I can talk about it on the air the next day. And I force myself into bed at 8 o'clock. I jerk off, and then I go to bed thinking about all the women I could have screwed. That's my life. And why do I keep it like that? Why don't I go out and just take up with some of these models? And why don't I dump my wife and kids and all that stuff? You know why? It gets complicated. And then your life starts to get shattered. And then it gets just too crazy. So I keep my life simple and boring. And people look at me. I know Jackie ridicules me all the time. Even Robin. She says to me, oh, my God, look at that life of yours. You do nothing.
My life is better?
Listen, that's my point. I don't do anything exciting. You are imagining, and here's the point of this story. You are imagining that everyone else is leading a more exciting and fruitful life than you are. And you have a great life. You've got a nice job. When you go home from your job, you don't even have to worry about it. You have free time now to spend with those kids and hang out with them and
love your wife.
Love your wife. Give her a little sex. Even if you've done it a million times, give it to her one last time. It feels good when you're in the middle of it. Close your eyes and think about Dominic. You understand?
Emilio.
That's the simplicity of life.
I would be joking if that was the case.
Nobody else is having a better life. Maybe Mickey Rourke is or somebody. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe not even him. Maybe there's a couple of Hollywood celebrities who are single and they're out having sex all the time. Aside from that, I am telling you, this is life.
You know, the funny thing is, we were in the limo coming down from the Bronx, and we're heading towards the show, and Emilio's talking to me about what a friendship, how it has, and all the things we do. And I said, let me tell you something. We don't do anything.
Right.
You don't understand how it never goes anywhere, never does anything. And if
you hear every time they meet. That's that one card game.
We have a card game.
3 times a year.
And you want to know something, Emilio? When I'm at the card game with Dominic, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking to myself, man, this is the worst. I used to do this in high school, play cards with guys, and I'm back to doing it again, and I'm not allowed out, and and look at all the broads I could be having. That's where I should be.
So the whole time, to be playing cards with Dominic?
So the whole time I'm playing cards, I'm miserable.
Just like me. I'm home.
Right.
It's all cool. I can spend time with the kid. But mentally, how could I be there when I got all of this stuff going on? I'm not situated. I haven't worked. I don't know if I will be working.
Well, that's the problem in life.
You wait for something to happen. I gave you something to happen. I wouldn't have just dipped into the spotlight.
Sir, I did not ask you to call in. You were in trouble. I responded to you. You called.
Right. I could have called my doctor. He would have did the same thing. Would have been out of the news.
Right. But you called.
Oh, come on, Emilio. You weren't calling it planning to give us ratings and a press conference.
Listen to me. Emilio.
And even my family was pissed that I went on there and I downballed God and everything.
Isn't your family happy that you're alive? Tell them not to be pissed.
I'm not so sure.
Right.
No.
Oh, man. Yo, that's low.
No. I don't mean it that way. Emilio.
What lady did you mean it?
Put a spin on it, Dominic.
Man.
Emilio, you think that the whole world's having a better world.
Right.
And you think that there's something that you're missing out on.
Right now, hell yeah, the world is better.
Yeah, I worked till 12:30 last night. It's an exciting world.
Yeah.
Emilio, we're all doing what we do every day. It's boring, but you've got to go on.
Let me tell you what Dominic's life is. You think mine's bad. Dominic wakes up, he has to have a huge meal. Then he works for like 5 minutes, and then he's hungry again. And then after he eats his second meal of the day, it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning.
Truthfully, Dominic is worrying about where his next meal is coming
from. This is a guy, and when you talk about a meal, you're talking about a huge meal.
Yeah.
You understand?
I'm supposed to be pissed here. Don't try and cheer me up.
Well, I see. And then Dominic works again, and then he eats lunch.
Why are you bothering me?
Yeah, stop calling me.
Howard, you called me about a problem. I'm not interested in that problem. Now, you know what's on? The Brady Bunch.
All right, very good.
Yeah, but if only you would have just addressed it, you put my mind at ease.
Emilio, is your mind at ease now? Is your mind at ease?
No.
Well, I don't know what else to say to you.
I don't know how to do that then, because Dominic has told you everything that's going on.
I think...
You haven't told me what you want me to do. You see, there is nothing you want. You just want to come and talk to me.
No,
he doesn't have time. Emilio, you know what you need to do? Remember you said that you should have called your doctor instead of me?
No,
you should call your doctor. You should call your doctor now.
No,
now it's time to call your doctor.
But now it is, seriously, it is time to call the doctor.
I've been seeing one once a week steady.
How's that going?
Did you talk to him about this?
It's fine.
No, tell her what happened to your doctor. Emilio kept calling him. He killed himself.
Is that right? Why didn't you have your doctor call me? He wouldn't have killed himself.
He sits and hears me out each and every time with no problem. All right, he takes my mind. He takes the load off.
Good.
He's an excellent doctor.
Right.
Yeah, he's real good.
I've been going though.
Yeah.
Ever since Emilio.
Ever since Emilio started calling Dominic, he's been going to the doctor.
But I have no regrets. I wanted to call you. You know, you make me laugh.
Good.
I like you.
I have no regret either.
I hear the show, and I love Robin also.
Right. Everyone does.
A lot.
Absolutely.
You know, but it's that I don't know if I would have gave myself that exposure.
I know. You weren't thinking it all through, but now that you've thought it through, you're saying maybe you wouldn't have gotten that exposure, but now it's water under the bridge. The exposure's been gotten.
You see, this is Emilio. He rethinks everything he's ever done and regrets it.
Right. You did it.
You can't do that.
You know what? It was an exciting point in your life. A year from now, you'll always be able to look back on your scrapbook, but now it's time to move forward and just get your job on track. And you know what? Until that job comes through, go out and maybe do some handiwork or, you know, something.
Oh, you got any in-laws who do something or, you know, members of your family who have a little job? Go work
We just had a big snow. Maybe you shovel a couple of walks.
Emilio has investments. He's a hard worker.
I know.
To do that. I don't shovel no snow.
See, there's certain jobs Emilio doesn't do, Howard.
Yeah. Why don't you put me on the show? Hire me over there.
What do you do?
In the meantime.
What do you do?
I could do anything an intern does.
They get paid nothing, Emilio.
Emilio, they work for free. Listen, Emilio, I got to go. I understand now what the problem is. You need to see the doctor, what you're seeing, and you need to just get back to the simple basics of life. And when you get back to the simple basics of life, enjoy them. And even if you don't enjoy them, pretend like you enjoy them.
Can I say one thing?
Play a game like I do.
Emilio, call me. We'll do lunch. Bye-bye.
Oh, right.
Lunch? He won't get a bite to eat.
That's what he said the first time. I don't got all afternoon for
All right, so forget about Dominic. Let's say Dominic is no longer your friend. Now,
I'm going to hang up.
Good.
No.
Go ahead.
He's got to have another meal.
Yeah, he has
Dominic.
to eat. All right, Emilio, thank you for the call.
Hey.
And if I can be of any service, talk to Gary.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yo, I want to say hi to your mom. She was very nice.
She likes you very much. You're a guy who people like. You have something. Oh, 1 second. Hold on.
Maybe you'll give him your mother's number.
Hello? Yeah, my mother will talk to you. Emilio?
I'll talk to her.
I know you will. You're a guy who likes, people like you, believe it or not. So go ahead. Go in peace.
Right.
All right.
Is that you understand? Let me just say one other thing.
Yes.
Oh, God, don't say it like that.
Well, please.
All right.
I'm a busy man.
We've had you on for a half hour.
Yeah, I mean, Emilio, I think I've said it all.
Right.
Talk to your wife, kiss your kid, cook the parrot. You'll feel better. You're a good guy. People like you. You're personable. You're going to go very far in this world if you apply yourself. Stop basking in your own negativity and start seeing the positives.
Right. Okay.
When Dominic goes down to the courtroom to you and you don't get busted for coke and all that stuff, for whatever reason, be happy about it. Who cares who did it?
No, I'm not complaining. It's just that I wish you would have put my mind at ease and let me know where I stand.
Well, I hope your mind is at ease now. Thank you.
It's better. It's better.
All right, good.
So could I say something all in one nutshell?
Go ahead.
Okay, I simply wanted to say that, okay, all the exposure and everything, I don't know, I just thought there was more to it.
Right.
Or something
You
would
got
come
caught
out
up
of
in it.
Obviously, you know, I was promised a lot of things, and it didn't go down.
Okay.
And that's what brought me to the show, and I don't know that I would have exposed myself, because I looked bad. Everyone else looked good.
Right.
Okay, but I looked like the jumper.
Well.
Okay, I looked bad. And that was pushed in my face. It was rubbed in there. And that's it. Everyone had fun over it. And, you know, when you ask me if I'm fine, everything is cool, I say, yeah. But you didn't see nothing wrong, right?
Well, certainly let's hope that you get your job back. And if somebody wants to ask me if you're a good worker, well, fine, I'll
Emilio,
go
let me ask
and
you
say that you are one.
Yeah.
When somebody asks you, Emilio, do you want to come to a party, you have the right to say yes or no.
I know that.
You have to take responsibility for what you do. It's not everybody doing something to you.
Right.
You made these decisions, okay?
I understand that, but I didn't know what was
feels
going down.
That's not the point.
He feels that he didn't make the right decision. I say put it behind you.
Yeah. The
That's
point
all.
is that's what you did.
No, I did. You're a hero. You're going to remain hero. You wanted that, and I didn't know I was giving it to you.
All right.
But, you know, it's all cool for everyone.
All right. I hope things work out for you, and if we can be of assistance, call Gary.
Yeah, I want to talk to your mom. I need Debbie Tay's number, and I want to talk to Ratso.
You have a lot of requests.
What?
I can't understand how someone got this out of the interview with Emilio, but there is a guy on the phone that wants to offer Emilio a job, and it's for real.
Good. Okay. Here, Emilio, you ready?
Yeah.
Try to present your best.
Now watch, he'll turn this job down.
No whining.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I understand you have a job available.
Well, I have a sales position available for him if he wants it in Manhattan.
And what would the sales job be?
A sales job is for selling hardware to maintenance people.
Oh, so in other words, Emilio would represent your company.
Absolutely. It's based in the Midwest.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking for some good qualified salespeople.
Right.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And so, in other words, he has a good product to represent.
Oh, he has an excellent product to represent.
I
have
see.
a designated route. He doesn't have to go out and make new clients.
Oh, no. He has to make new clients, too. Absolutely.
Yeah, both.
That's not Fred. It sounds like Fred.
No, it's not Fred. I was listening in on the way in, and
Well, Emilio, what do you think of that? An opportunity to rep this company?
Yeah, Emilio, it's a chance to get your life, man.
Yeah. How does it pay?
It's salary plus commission.
Salary plus. He goes,
I told you he wouldn't want this job.
And there's benefits, too.
Well, benefits, salary plus commission. Emilio, don't tell me I'm not doing anything for you. You're going to tell me that that's not a good opportunity?
It sounds like it may be, but it's nothing that I'm used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not brain surgery, Emilio.
Right.
It's nuts and bolts, man.
Yeah, you got a product to sell.
And you have an unlimited possibility on income there in a sales job.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, you can make six figures after the first or second year.
Instead of sitting there working at a job where they pay you the same thing every year, you got an opportunity to grow here based on your talents.
Right.
All right.
Wow, a lot of talent in sales, but go ahead.
All right. Well, listen. Boy, you.
I know.
All right, Emilio.
Hey, Emilio, if you don't want it, just let me know. I got a lot of people who want the job, man.
Right. No, we'll talk.
Oh, you're doing him a favor.
Right now.
Emilio, where's the humility? Why don't you say, hey, thanks, partner. I'd like to come talk to you about this, and I'd really love to rep your company, and I'd like a shot at hearing more about this opportunity.
Well, I told him that, I might be interested.
That's not what you said. What Howard said is not what you said.
You don't know how to talk to people. You could use your fame to get your foot in the door here. Now your fame is working for you. Otherwise, you never would have known about this opportunity. I'm going to put both of you on hold, and I want to get the information from both of you. Thank you.
All right.
All right, Emilio. Thank you.
Bye,
and thank you, sir.
Oh, my pleasure.
By the way, is that job opening for Fred as well?
Well, yeah, I can hire Fred, but at a reduced salary.
All right, very good. Hold on. Thank you, Emilio.
All right, thanks, Howard.
Oh, boy.
I've done the best I could. No more discussion. That's it. All right, I have to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
And Jackie the Jokeman Marlowe. Order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette. It's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special. Buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Saturday night, March 11th. Jackie at Seasons Resort at Great Gorge. For dirty jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. Wow. There's a guy here who's going to drink his own pee, but I just want to read this letter to you.
Before we get to that.
Oh, yeah. This guy sent us a videotape.
For a moment, the little beaker of urine disappears from the picture.
Yeah, and I don't know, it looked awfully real to me. So.
Divided into two camps on this.
Yeah, so we invited the guy to come down and just do it for us. I can't believe anybody would do it. Because I said to Robin, he's really doing it.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. That's urine therapy. You didn't think he was doing it, Jackie?
No, I was
you were convinced too, right?
Robert and I.
Yeah, we were on one side, and you and Fred were on the other.
All right. Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Gee.
Here's a letter I got regarding Letterman. This guy doesn't want me to do the Letterman TV show anymore.
And what is his rationale?
It says, Dear Howard, I listened with amusement on the February 1st show as you contemplated an appearance on the Letterman show. After all the BS he pulled on your birthday show a couple of weeks back, once and for all, you should ditch Letterman. Period. Yeah, he called in. Yeah, he actually stayed on the line for a few minutes. Yeah, he actually talked to you. No one could sit there and argue that, at least. At least he called in. Geez, it took a lot to pick up the effing phone and punch in 7 numbers. Even Gary can do that. You are a meal ticket for Letterman. You draw the biggest ratings, yet he treated you like S. Letterman's birthday call to you was a effing microcosm of the holier-than-thou attitude that has penetrated the rug on the top of his head and embedded itself into his brain. To Dave, the call was nothing but a goof. He mocked you, brushed off your questions, ignored you, and basically treated you worse than those goddamn animals that periodically do the tricks on his show. In reality, he doesn't think you're fit to shine any of those Emmys sitting on his mantle at home. Yet he knows people love you. And people love to watch and listen to you. So he decides he'll pull himself out of bed a little bit early and speak to you on the phone for a few minutes to ensure future appearances on his show. I emphasize that he was speaking at you during your birthday call, nothing else. Howard, Dave recognizes the importance of you appearing on his show. You need to make him understand there is something much more important, treating you with a little well-deserved respect. And that is from Brian in Dallas, who has put together this letter and feels very strongly about whether I should appear on the Letterman show.
Well, how do you feel?
Well, I'll agree with Brian. I thought that the birthday call, while it was nice, was certainly a strange, bizarre call. You know, I'm a guy who has been very good to the Letterman show. Letterman's been very good to me. He doesn't owe me a phone call. Certainly, I never signed a piece of paper where I said, hey, if I come on your show, you owe me 12 phone calls a year or something like that. That's not what I'm after. But the phone call itself did seem to indicate an unwillingness to speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, now knowing the circumstances of that phone call where you had to beg and plead with Morty.
Well, I didn't, but I made Baba Booey.
Well, Baba Booey did. I mean, it's humiliating. It is humiliating and embarrassing to me that such pleading has to go on.
Well, I have to put something on the show.
And then, Letterman makes phony phone calls to Tom Snyder, that schivosa.
And appears with Larry King.
Yeah. I mean, Larry King.
Well, again, he helps everybody he's not threatened by.
Right. Exactly. I think Letterman is extremely threatened by me. He knows I'm the one performer that can take his dream away. I can take that CBS show and eliminate it from the ratings.
Actually, you can make his dreams come true. They all say that he dreams of losing his show.
Yeah. I can make that dream come true.
Able to do it.
Let me at it. I can make it all come true. You can sit home and stare at the wall.
That's right.
And talk about how relieved you are now, like Jack Parr does. He sits there and he stares at the wall because he couldn't take the pressure of sitting and talking on TV for an hour.
And knowing you were right. You didn't deserve all that success.
Listen. I know what you're saying. I was asked to be on the Letterman show last week as well as the Tonight Show. I didn't feel any great urgency to go do it. Do I feel that the phone call and all this fear and all of this, it's funny, I went back and I analyzed a group of shows, the Letterman shows. I was watching them, as I often do, because I love to see myself in any format or venue.
And you often sit alone watching your own tapes. Well, this is very interesting.
Unlike Letterman, who can't watch himself on TV, I can watch myself endlessly. I enjoy it. Yeah, ad nauseum. I am wonderful.
So this is how you occupy your time.
And there was a shift in attitude. When we were at NBC and we were some schlubs, just sort of getting started, Letterman was a big fan. He still is a big fan. And he treated me with a certain reverence. Yes. And it was an appearance. I came on. It was the first time I noticed the shift in attitude. I was getting very, very famous, very, very strong, and very popular. And there was lots of rumors about me doing late-night television. Mm-hmm. And I came on, and Sharon Stone had been the guest the previous time, and I came on the Letterman show and told the story of how the Letterman program made me walk out through the garbage to avoid Sharon Stone. And Letterman turned to me and he went, well, maybe that's where you belong. Something like that.
Oh.
You know, it was the first time I saw it, and
little vicious bar.
And I said, well, I must really be getting to this guy. Because up until then, he'd always worked with me.
Yeah.
Now it was sort of like he's going to try and stick me into the Larry King category, so I go on there and look like his putz.
Right, or the Tony Randall.
Yeah, like his flunky, or like when Rush Limbaugh goes on there and Letterman goofs on him. Because Rush Limbaugh's a big fat pumpkin head who can't defend himself. He needs a show where he's alone and he has no guests.
Nobody to talk to.
Yeah, and where he can screen out every person who disagrees with him. Because he's a pumpkin head who listened to me and then decided to get back into radio. You dig? I am the one person who can ruin anybody's dream. That's why I was put on this earth.
That's a claim to fame.
You're damn right. I just I might make the time to do it. Watch. Read your newspapers. See if there's not things in the works. What do you think of that? What do you think of that?
One of my little clippings of something like the Town News the other day said that talks were off with who?
Who?
I think it was Warren Littlefield.
Oh, yeah? I'm going to tell you about Warren Littlefield. Warren Littlefield's a genius. And Warren Littlefield knows exactly what he's doing.
Stop it.
I don't want to say if I know him or anything.
You don't throw around that term easily, do you?
Warren Littlefield knows exactly what he's doing and knows exactly what has to be done. Period.
And how is Howard Stringer? What's he like?
Great guy.
Very crowded table.
Yeah. Life's perfect. No, I've never. Well, I'll tell you something. Howard Stringer.
You can't lie to me.
You know he's British. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Ask me any question about Howard Stringer.
I haven't met him.
Ask me a question about Howard Stringer, and I'll tell you the answer.
Have you met him?
What? Ask me another question about Howard Stringer, and I'll answer it. Any question you want answered.
See, up until the other day, he could answer that question.
Is he hiring?
What?
Is he hiring?
Not you! Unless I force him into it.
He needs some jokes written.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll write jokes for $7. I don't care. I'm a hippie.
You don't buy him something to rip.
Money means nothing. All right, so...
Rupert Murdoch's a good guy, too.
I know.
But he's always been a good guy.
All about your feelings with Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
Is he married?
Who?
Howard Stringer. You said I could ask you anything.
You know, I don't know. I don't know that. Who cares?
You asked me to ask you anything.
He's a handsome man, I'll tell you that.
Guy, he'll know whether he's married or not.
He's really good looking.
Yeah?
Does he have a good time?
He's tall. He's tall. He's a very tall man.
Taller than you?
No, nobody's taller than me. He's a very handsome man, though.
Very handsome.
I mean, I've seen pictures of him.
Hello, what's his office like?
Never been in his office. Wouldn't know.
Well, where does he like to eat?
Don't know what he likes to eat.
Where, I said.
I don't know where he likes to eat. I've never eaten with the man.
Does he work on the East Coast or the West Coast?
East Coast.
And you didn't meet with him in his office?
I didn't say I met with him. I think Warren Littlefield, though, is a little bit more of a genius. He's a mad genius.
You're the mad genius.
What?
You're the mad genius.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know who's a genius. Who cares?
Can I pull some tape?
Of what?
Of your discussions about Warren Littlefield.
He's a genius.
Can I pull some tape?
What do you mean?
What
do you mean? What type of tape?
Comments about Warren Littlefield. I want to know where the change came.
Go ahead. Go be my guest.
Maybe you don't want me to do that.
Maybe not.
You are not to discuss that.
Yeah, right. Here's Judge Ito. He wants to tell you what you can discuss.
You are not to discuss Warren Littlefield. You are not to discuss Howard Stringer. You are not to discuss how long these negotiations take or whether they happen in fact. You are not to discuss any of this.
Right. Now, there's your...
discuss the arousal under my robe when I see Miss Garvey.
All right. Hey, I thought that woman who runs Mezzaluna restaurant yesterday was pretty cute, too.
Well,
I know. Always evaluating the girls, aren't you?
Everyone in Los Angeles is good looking.
Tia.
What's her name, Tia?
Tia.
Georgito, you like her, too, huh?
Tia Gavin.
Is that the one or is
Yes,
that other one? The Crawford girl.
No, I like the one with the long black hair.
That was Well, they both had long black hair. One had straight hair, though, and one had wavy hair.
No, one had an obvious nose job, and the other one didn't.
Which one were you into?
Both of them.
The first one. Judge Ito liked both.
The one who lived near Ron Goldman?
I am not allowed to discuss that.
The one who worked at the restaurant and...
They both worked at the restaurant.
Spent 7 hours trying to figure out if the time punching machine at the Mezzaluna restaurant works properly. How funny was that? You know what? None of that makes any sense. OJ did it. Let's get... Meanwhile, the biggest news is they now have, like...
They're wiping out all the white
There are no white people left. There's a 100% black jury. Yow, how did that happen?
Well, it's not 100% black.
Oh, yeah, there's an Hispanic.
No, there's a couple of people. I heard this guy say this the other day. There's a couple of people, they can't tell what they are.
Only one. Yeah. Mud people.
Mixed race.
They ain't got such convoluted backgrounds. I'm not sure what to label them.
Oh, Christ. How did that... I mean, how could you be working that thing and be the prosecuting attorney? OJ's black. And allow all black people... You know black people can't make this decision.
Oh, stop.
They can't.
He must be planning this party already.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's out.
Johnny Cochran said he loves this jury.
Oh, yeah.
And I also, now they're saying that this other juror, the white woman, was let off the case because she and OJ shared a doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor who's going to testify that OJ had arthritis.
Right.
But I also heard a report, I think it was in the Los Angeles Daily News, that there was a shoving match.
Between the jurors?
Between that juror and another of the black jurors.
Boy.
Yeah.
And I heard one of the black jurors was reading something called The Black Experience or something.
Oh, dear. Well, that's why Judge Ito's instructions to the jury yesterday were really detailed. You have it there.
Yeah.
Instead of his usual pronouncement that they aren't supposed to discuss the case, he got really specific.
I'm going to get very specific now.
Now, that long one, the first one.
Okay, I got it.
I wasn't given an angel pin.
Hold on, here it is.
When I say not to discuss the case, I mean everything that goes on here in the courtroom is not to enter into, is not to be a topic of your discussion. That means you're not to discuss how long the case is taking. You're not to discuss what
something
goes
good
on
must have happened.
You're not to discuss the apparel of the attorneys. You're not to discuss the personalities of the courtroom personnel. Anything that is connected with this case, you may not discuss amongst yourselves.
Give OJ the keys to the cell now so he can let himself out.
You people are just not supposed to discuss this case.
There was a lawyer
jokes.
There was a lawyer in the New York Post today who said the evidence against OJ, the case against OJ is so strong that the only thing that could not convict OJ is a racial decision by the jury. Isn't that amazing?
Well, it would be really sad for this entire country if OJ walks in the face of insurmountable evidence.
Right.
Because then we might as well be two armed camps.
Right.
He might as well just say, you are not to pay attention to any of the overwhelming evidence against him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because justice won't be possible at all.
I like that
all whites will then start voting for the white defendants, and all the blacks will start voting for the black defendants, and all the criminals will be continuing to run around in the street.
Right. Well, anyway.
Terrorizing us all.
I know what you're saying. Lincoln goofed. Right?
Excuse me, I don't think I could say that.
Oh, you could.
I do not think I could say that.
Someone made a big mistake.
Because
all right,
that
that's
would
it.
mean
we have to go back to the way things
running
were.
Around going, yes, sir.
Yes.
And that would be dangerous for everybody involved.
No. He'd work in Jackie's house.
Oh, yeah. And Jackie wouldn't... He'd have less than no toenails.
Oh.
He'd have no feet.
That's big talk, but wait till you're shackled to the bed.
Right, shackled.
And we'll see what happens. You could be broken.
All right. Call me Kunta.
Right.
I do.
I do. All right, listen, hey, let's take a break.
It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
I don't know. I just finished getting an idiotic lecture from our general manager, Tom. Said, please make sure the guy who drinks the urine drink. Are you all done?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Describe everyone your day. You rush into work and you doot. and then you, by 11 o'clock you're out the door having vodka, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this guy has the best job in America.
Absolutely.
If you want to be jealous of someone, don't be jealous of me.
He's got the life you want.
How'd everything come out, all right?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you eat last night? He has a great meal every night.
His face is still red from straining.
I know.
He got Chinese food.
He's still out of breath.
Sweating.
Look, and the chest is rattling. Oh,
What?
my God.
What do you mean, what's up? I'm learning to hear what happened to you.
Who stole something from you?
All right, here we have so. It said in the Harvey Electronics commercial that, hey, Howard, here, I don't know what I just did with it. It says,
I was
Howard,
hoping you'd keep it.
this is the same view cam. I'm doing the commercial for the view cam. It says, this is the same view cam we gave you.
A
So
few
talk
months
about it. We gave it to you a few months ago.
You got that.
No, I didn't. I never got it.
I gave it to Frank to give to you.
Did you really?
Stop it.
Did you really? You got to quit smoking. Do you hear your laugh? It is the most disgusting thing I ever heard.
There's hardly any lung left.
I don't know what I don't know what happened to that camera.
Are you scared with it? You know, you're very overwhelmed. I love Ed. Ed has got a great spirit.
Yeah.
Ed is a guy who likes to drink. He drinks. You know what I mean? When he goes,
He loves life. He enjoys it.
the clients love him because he's a fun guy. I know people who are almost bankrupt will find money to advertise on this station just so they can go to lunch with him.
Yeah.
That's it. He's a paid friend. You know what I mean? Isn't that true?
Sure.
Right. He's a good salesman.
He's a gigolo.
Yeah, but the smoking is out of control when you laugh like that. You have to be precancerous. Have you
How
been
can
checked?
he have time to smoke? He's eating, he's
Always call
smoking.
the doctor.
You called the doctor, and what did he say?
I'm fine.
He said you're fine.
Yeah.
No, he said I'm fine. He meant the doctor's fine.
Oh, he said I'm fine.
Really, really? And he has a chin like a pelican. Look at him.
Catch fish.
He's carrying an extra meal.
When he laughs, I want to clear his throat.
Let me get the hell out.
You know we're going to visit Ed. He's going to be on one of those oxygen lung machines, you know, where they clean out all the gunk.
How did this happen?
Yeah. Why me? Why me?
You were right, Howard.
And then he'll be down to a reasonable weight.
Yeah. He'll be thin.
You want me to get on the case here for this camera?
Yeah, a camera was given to me, and I want you to go find the culprit, or else I'm holding everyone responsible.
I think Frank. I know Frank got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
Frank
that
took
one
it
of
from
his
me.
clients?
When did they say they gave it to you?
They said they gave it to me a couple of months ago. I never received it.
What did for your birthday they gave you what?
I don't know, but they didn't give me a camera.
I don't know.
No, what happened was I had a meeting with them, right? And they showed me the view camera, and they said Howard, this is the view cam. We'd like to give it to you. I said, oh, no, not necessary. You know, I have to do my usual lie. I go, no, I don't want it. This is not necessary, not necessary. But Frank knows that that's the clue that I really do want it.
See, that explains it, because Kathy, our assistant, called in and she said she was there when you turned it down. But she must have seen the turn down.
No.
The
But
fake turn down.
but Harvey gave it to Frank saying, give it to him anyway, which is what they all do.
I see.
And
But
then
Frank-
you never get it.
But Frank keeps it.
But who was in that meeting?
Frank, I guess. I don't even remember who was it. Yeah, Frank must have been there.
I'll find it.
Where is he? He
I'll
hasn't
find
got.
Yeah, but I don't want to use camera now.
Frank-
You tell Frank to go out and buy me a new camera, a new view camera. That's what I
This
want.
time you're sticking to your guns
Yep.
because you never let him replace
Nope.
the mini system.
No, I don't want his used garbage. I don't want the same camera that photographed his wife and kids, photographing my wife and kids.
All right.
I didn't even. It's the principle of the thing. It was given to me. Why does Frank always take my junk?
I'm not sure if he took it.
Well,
you were
all
in the
right.
meeting. Frank was
The
in
evidence is pointing in that direction, though.
I think so.
I don't have the receipt from the Mezzaluna, but I'll tell you one thing. It seems to be pointing in that
I
direction.
believe that he was in that meeting.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Oh, a client gives me something. I should have it, right?
Absolutely.
Not Frank Flores.
You're the one who's going to do the commercial.
Yeah.
I don't see Frank in here selling it.
He'll come in here and go, oh, you said you didn't want it. That's such a lie. Because I'm being gracious in front of the client. I didn't even deny it. I went, oh, thank you, but not necessary, but thank you. You know, I'm not going to sit there and take it from him right there. That's like when you go to a lawyer. If every hour they put their hand in your pocket, it would be bad. They send you a bill, big long list at the end. Oh, this phone call. While he's on the phone to you, he doesn't say, by the way, you know, the meter's running. Yeah, they give it to you at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't sit there and take this stuff from the clients right then and there. What is it?
The guy from Harvey Electronics is on the phone.
Yeah.
He said actually the camera that he left, he did leave a camera here for you.
Yeah.
And he said the camera that he left for you was much nicer than the one you even advertised. It's like top of the line.
Oh,
that's worse.
Were you guys, were you guys under the impression, who is this?
Franklin.
Oh, hey, Frank.
How are you, Howard?
This is the guy I went to camp with.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, Frank.
Yes?
Were you under the impression that I got that thing and was so rude that I didn't send you a thank you note or something like that?
Well, that was the impression I was under.
Oh, boy. No. I don't have that camera.
I'm sorry to hear that, because it's a beautiful camera. It's the
Never
best
got
one
it.
you can make.
Never got it, Franklin.
Wow. Well, I suspect that someone has to be investigated over there.
Whose hands did you put it into?
It was left with Frank.
Oh, boy. Oh, that little peckerhead. I'm never talking to him again. I want him fired. I want Frank fired. Frank fired Flores.
You'd have to talk to Tom Chisano. That would be the guy to
Tom, I want him fired. I must have satisfaction on
And
this.
why is Tom always watching what you do and not what Frank does?
Yeah.
Because nobody can see Frank.
Franklin, you might have to be called into court.
No problem.
As a witness.
No problem. I was there, so there's no problem with that at all.
Of course, as a part of the discovery, we will have to give this evidence to the defense.
Right. Big deal. Let him have it. I got an open and shut case. Unless I get a black jury, I'm all right.
Howard, it was a beautiful camera.
What?
It was a beautiful camera. It was the best one that Sharp makes.
I know. I would love to use that. Listen, you guys are...
It's great. It's wonderful to see that big picture as opposed to squinting through that little...
We certainly could have used it here at work as well.
Absolutely.
We love to have that. Listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
In no way Harvey Electronics has to give me anything. I would do a good job for them no matter what. Although I would have done a better job if I had gotten the camera.
We brought it with us for you to try out because it was their brand new
All right, thank you. That's all, Franklin. That's all I need to hear.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Harvey Electronics. Thank you. There you go. Second time. Told me it never would happen again. Where is Frank?
Frank is like a big net.
He's usually in by now. I don't know where he is.
All right, amuse me.
He turned his car around after listening to
Bring. I just want to prove to Rob that guy. There is such a thing called urine therapy.
Right.
We're trying to locate Frank now.
Yeah. What do you make of this? This is not funny. Why are you laughing? Why, when I'm stolen from that, it is laughter? Why do you think this is funny?
I think it's outrageous. I think
it is. I want to steal something from your office today. That's my mission. I'm going into your office when you're not in there because you're not in there a lot. You're always playing bumper stickers. I'm going to take something from your office. I'm going to see if you laugh.
How you feel about it?
It's funny because you make it funny.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you know, everything's a big joke, but I always get this is I wouldn't mind if it was the first time it happened.
This is the second
time it happened.
That
Fire
you
him.
know of, Howard.
Why are you afraid to fire him? We'll find another Puerto Rican to replace him.
Howard, this is just the stuff that you know about. How much do you think
miscommunication
Frank gets from the clients for you that you never see?
I don't know. That's a good question. And they must think I'm rude because I didn't write him a thank you note.
Look at these diamonds I got from Fidelity.
Maybe Frank, hey, I'm going to give Frank, excuse me, I'll give Frank the benefit of the doubt. He can come in here and tell me,
how many times did he lie and say he didn't take the mini system?
I will give him the benefit of the doubt. He can come in and tell me that he didn't steal it.
You had to go back there and see it in his office before he would fess up.
That's true. Where is he?
He's in transit, but he doesn't have a cellular phone.
He doesn't have a cellular phone? Well, why don't you get the clients to give it to me? Yeah, right. He can take it. Right.
That's right. If somebody had ever given you one, Frank would be on the phone.
All right. All right, Tom. Go back to your...
It smells like cigarettes.
I know. He's so smelly, that old boy.
Man.
It's a big joke around here, but don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not laughing this time. I'm pressing charges. I am. I'm not kidding.
Well, that's a felony, Howard.
You're damn right.
That's $50.
Well, I tell you, it's unbelievable. Everyone laughs. I'm going to laugh, too. I'm going to laugh as I walk around to everyone's office and steal things.
No, you'll get prosecuted.
What is in Tom's office? You know that old radio? Yeah. The old radio. I'm taking that.
The big old radio, the big one?
Yeah.
I think like his father gave that to him.
That's mine now.
And
watch.
those old microphones and everything?
Guys, we're on a mission today after the show.
Post.
We are getting... No, not the McCartney Post. I want the radio. Just you guys help me. Watch guard while I steal.
Get a hand truck.
I'll wait here all day.
Take his desk.
Yeah, I don't want that garbage.
Take the radio.
Just the radio I'm going to take. That's got to be a value. That's got to be worth what the camera's worth.
5 or 10 of them.
Yeah, old radios. That's where he should be working, at an old radio station that don't operate anymore. That's where Tom ought to work, at an old station. Station that changed call letters.
Can't control his staff.
No, it's a big joke because he laughs. That's funny. Grand theft is funny now. All right. Okay. Big laugh. Where's the guy who... Oh, let me take a break. Let me see that guy drink his urine. Okay. Maybe that'll put me in a good mood.
Yeah, make it feel better.
All right. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
Let's return to the Howard Stern Show.
The Pearl Jam or Neil Young?
No, I think that's Bush.
Was that Bush? I'm into Bush. I'm heavily into Bush. All right, real quick, this guy's been waiting a long time. And he sent us this video of himself. He says he's into urine therapy and he drinks his own urine. And Robin didn't think it was real, and Jackie didn't think it was real, but me and Fred thought it was real. And Billy, of course, didn't join us because God knows he's busy with Ren and Stimpy. So, where are you? Give me a minute.
I think Ren and Stimpy are into urine therapy.
Yeah. Billy, where do you go after the show?
Out to bookings and stuff.
Oh, do you? You like right out the door, huh? Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Me too.
We don't mean to hold you up.
Sorry, little big man.
No, I like those big drinking videos.
Oh, here's the guy. Hey, dude, I recognize you from your video.
Howard.
You're in good health.
You're in good health.
Dude, what do you got, a clear cup there? What is that, water or urine?
Oh, no, this is PT.
He's drinking his tea to get ready to go to the
Are
bathroom.
you really into urine therapy? I mean,
yeah,
well, let's keep this civil. You really are into it?
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't a goof? You're saying you really did that legitimately in the video?
And what is urine therapy?
Now, why is urine good for you?
Well, urine therapy is a 5,000-year-old science that goes back to the Ayurvedic system of medicine in India.
Hey, look at the dude's necklaces and stuff, man. He's got some Indian necklace on.
Yeah, I got that in India.
Yeah.
Actually, a Swami.
A Swami, so you drink his own urine? He just said, here, take this.
No, a yogi that I actually talked to about urine therapy that practices it.
Yogi Vivi.
He actually made this for me.
Really?
Because he introduced me.
He made that out of his own duty, right?
He introduced me to drinking.
Duty necklace.
That's a duty necklace to drink over your urine.
He introduced me to drinking cow's urine, which is really good.
Is it?
Oh,
you know what? You know what this is a case of? No offense. You seem like a real nice guy and everything, but this is a case of a guy who wants to be known for something.
Yeah, he couldn't think of anything else though.
And he drinks his own urine. I mean, is it really that important to go through drinking your own urine?
Well, Howard, it's very...
So let's say you live another 5 extra years.
I don't even know what it's supposed to do for you.
It's not the extra years, Howard.
It's the quality of life.
Your life.
I understand. But is it really worth...
What does it do?
Oh, yes, most certainly.
See, I think you get something emotional out of it.
7 years of urine therapy, Howard. 7 years of urine therapy.
I haven't had a cold all year.
Right.
Well, you're a healthy person.
Do you ever eat bowel movements?
All the way on the back of that wall.
I don't want to be with anyone who drinks urine.
All right, let me ask you something.
She's more beautiful in person.
Yeah, well, just keep your eyes to yourself.
Pee in your eyes.
Yeah.
Robin,
by the way,
you want to come and sit next to me, Robin?
Gadget said he's got painfully bad breath.
Oh, really?
Even from a distance, you can smell it.
Yeah, really.
Hey, Robin, you can trust me. I'm a married man like Howard. You can
Do you have really bad breath?
You trust Howard.
Dude, stay with me.
Yeah.
Do you have really bad breath?
Well, I'll tell you. My wife's a saint because half the time I smell like a damn urinal at the bus station.
Right.
Because I'm rubbing it in my ears, up my nostrils.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
Because you don't just use it topically, you actually use it internally.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Howard,
Is it? You know what, dude? Is it really? No offense.
Howard.
Is it worth?
Howard, I'm a tad eccentric, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a tad eccentric. But don't confuse me with urine therapy itself. Urine therapy is actually called Shivambukalpa in Indian.
Yeah, okay, I hear you, but why do you...
Which means the water of Shiva.
All right,
Lord
but why do you...
Shiva,
This guy might be certifiable.
Yeah, really.
I'm quite sane.
But why... Oh, yeah. Why do you feel... I feel... Listen, you get a psychological pleasure out of this in the sense that it makes you...
What do you do for a living?
It makes
I like to feel good.
No, it makes you sort of... It gives you special. When you go to a party, you start ranting about urine therapy. Everyone has to come over and hear your ranting.
Look, he even got you on this show.
Yeah, got you on a show, and you even have a T-shirt. Urine, good and healthy. Urine, good, healthy.
I have a T-shirt, Howard, but you know what?
See, he's got a T-shirt. He's got a special necklace that a guru gave him because he's willing to drink his urine.
I'm shocked that a woman stays with him.
You also...
What is wrong with women?
Well...
Howard, you also...
Does your wife drink urine?
Robin... Don't judge a book by its cover.
But you understand, like now a guru befriended him because he drinks his own urine.
Howard,
do you really?
I have a gift for you, Howard.
You're in good health?
I brought that especially for you. I came to brighten your day today.
Thank you.
Has it been washed in anything?
And does he look like a guy? Does he look like a guy? Does he look like
Put it on, Howard.
No. Does he look like a guy who?
My heart. I'm hurt.
Why are you interrupting me?
I'm sorry.
Does he look like a guy who has a lot going on in his life?
No, absolutely not.
He needs attention.
And you're drinking urine tea right now?
I'm drinking chamomile tea.
Right.
Which is actually very soothing to the urinary tract and the digestive system.
This guy's whole thing is urine.
He's fixated on his urine.
No, it's not. It's not urine. It's health. It's just health.
Dude, drinking your own urine is pretty severe.
Howard, I subsist on a very clean vegetarian diet.
Okay.
And I'm a healthy person.
So tell me you're
and
90 years old, and then I'll say it's worth it.
Yeah, but why drink your, why go to the extreme? You see, this is what you love, though. You love people being sort of grossed out by it.
Howard, this isn't an extreme, okay? In America, this may be considered grotesque and extreme, but if you talk to people from Russia, Russian immigrants, people from all over...
Yeah, look how great they look.
No.
Come on, dude. Russian immigrants are really hideous.
People from different parts of the world... You'll find out
how
that
did
this
it
is
start?
a very natural
Who got you
thing.
into this great conversation piece? Who got you into it?
Well, actually, my brother found out about it in his travels in India.
Right.
And I read some books on it.
Right.
And the books made sense.
They made sense. They said, drink your own urine and you'll feel good.
They didn't just say it in so many words.
Now, do you believe he's for real?
No.
You still don't think he drank his own urine?
Howard, the urine contains...
I haven't seen him do it.
He's going to do it.
Okay, but the urine contains nutrients... Okay.
Like what? What is so important that you can't get?
Potassium.
You can't eat a banana and get that?
Why is your body putting it out if you should drink it?
It's not all waste. These are enzymes, nutrients, minerals, enzymes.
But you had them in
vitamins.
your body. Why is your body rejecting them?
They're not rejecting them. That's the whole thing. They're passing through your body, but when it's recycled through your body again...
You know what? You convinced me. I'm going to start drinking my own urine.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's very convincing. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I'll do it with you. Absolutely.
Can I call up Allison to verify this?
Absolutely. You're insane. Yes.
But let me ask him, what does he do for a living?
Yeah, what do you do for a living?
I'm a college student right now. I went back to college.
Oh, come on. You're an older guy. You shouldn't be in college. You should be working.
Yeah, I'm working also.
What do you do?
I'm a licensed massage therapist in the state of Connecticut.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that I can see.
Somebody's letting him touch
and I also am I'm an office manager too.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades. But I went back to college.
You don't think there's something wrong with you mentally for doing this?
Not at all.
Really?
Not at all, Howard. Not at all.
Not at all, Howard?
Have you gotten other people to do this? Your own wife
I sent you a book that written by a medical doctor that explains
the
benefits of
when
urine therapy. I wanted you to see that it's a viable...
Here's the point. If you didn't drink the urine, you'd probably be just as healthy. Maybe you'd be a little less healthy. A little less healthy?
No, a lot.
But is it worth going through that?
What did you have that it cured you of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Colds.
I'm not a medical doctor of India.
Oh, Mariji Desai?
Yeah.
Oh, him.
Okay.
Well, then I'll drink it.
He claims that he cured tuberculosis and cancer with urine.
Really?
Okay, Mahatma Gandhi drank a cup of urine every morning.
Mahatma Gandhi was a very sick man. You know that? He was a sick man. That was a guy who had a real fetish.
A fetish?
Oh, yeah. All Indians are hung up. All the Indians, let me tell you about Indians, are hung up on bowel movements and urine and any kind of excretory kind of stuff. Indians are freaks for that stuff. It's something in their upbringing. They're all hung up on how many they make a day, the quality of them, the whole thing.
Yeah,
Don't get caught up in that, dude. I mean,
They're
seriously.
stuck in an anal phase.
Yeah. You're stuck in the Euro phase.
Coming from Fart Man?
If Gandhi was so great, why couldn't he stop a bullet? If he had so much urine in him.
Well, Howard, nobody can stop a bullet, but Gandhi was quite an amazing man.
All right, do me a favor. I believe that you actually drank your own urine. Robin did not, Jackie did not, Fred did, and Gary did believe that you do.
Now, how are we
Ye
going
of
to prove
little
that
faith.
here today?
All right, here's what I need you to do.
Yes, Howard.
Gary's going to accompany you into the bathroom. He's going to watch you fill up the cup. You're going to come back in here and drink it.
Okay, he's not going to enjoy it. Gary, you're not going to enjoy it, are you?
No.
I mean, you're okay,
Gary's very
right?
straight.
Can I verify that Gary's okay?
No, Ralph is not going in there with you.
100% man. I got a kid and a wife.
That's right.
Okay.
And he's got to watch to make sure
like guys who are into urine.
that you don't substitute some other substance.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Oh, no, quite fine. I'm quite comfortable with that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But, Howard, I do want to be clear that this is a natural health therapy.
Understood. You are very quite
There's a whole system of science to back it up.
All right.
That not all
Does he
urine
belong
is waste.
to some society? I mean, does he have other friends?
Oh, he
who
built
drink
a whole
urine?
life around this.
Does he have other friends who do it?
If you're a guy
Yes,
who...
I do.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I
They
do.
got a whole little society.
No,
do they have meetings?
No.
Now, your other friends who drink urine, where do you get together and party with them?
At the punch bowl.
No, we don't have TP parties.
Now, what it is a lot of guys, and I'm not saying this is you, but maybe it is. There's a lot of guys who don't have a whole lot of stuff going on in their lives.
And he's even admitting that he reeks.
Howard, I got a wife and three.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
You ever see these guys, Jews for Jesus? Okay.
I've heard of
All right. You know why they do it? All Jews who go to temple and are into that whole religious thing, they go there, and all Jews want to be stars at their temples. They want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? It's a drive to be noticed by their congregation. That's why you see Jews paying the rabbi a bunch of money so they get a better seat, they're the top seat and all that.
Or they're on some committee, they're running things.
After a while, they don't get noticed. So all of a sudden, they stand up in temple one day, and they go like this. I am still a Jew, but now I believe in Jesus. All right, they sit down, and then start their own religion because they're not satisfied with the way things are.
And then they become the leader.
And they become very important. All of a sudden, people are debating them. They become the focus of the attention. Some people hate them. Some people love them. But they are now being talked about. It's the same thing that drives me to be on the radio. There must have been something in my psyche. I needed to be loved. I needed to be talked about. I needed to be debated.
See, you could be him.
Yeah.
Howard,
instead of drinking urine, I went and did a radio show. You got to say, at least I directed it in some more intelligent and positive way for the community.
Everybody's got an axe to grind.
Right.
You were on the radio in Hartford when I was in high school.
Absolutely. And look at you. You look 20 years older than me.
20 years older?
Doesn't he, Robin? He looks older than I do.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Can he give me any proof that this has done him any good? Like, if he was 90 years old, I would say,
he's not even
I
muscular.
guess that urine is doing you some good.
Take off your shirt. Let me see what you look like. Pull up your shirt. Let me see your abs. Let me go ahead. Let me see. Let me see how you look physically.
You're a mess.
Yeah, you're no better off than I am, and you're drinking urine.
Howard.
Right. True or false?
Howard, no. Lifting weights is that's something totally different.
All right, okay.
We're talking apples and oranges here.
Well, I don't know.
I'm talking about the internal organs in the body.
Okay, take it easy. Everyone calm down, all right? You seem to be getting a little upset.
No, Howard.
All right, I don't mean to make fun of drinking urine. It's a bit unusual. And you know,
Howard, I don't get pissed off. You know why I sent it to Howard? I'll tell you.
You wanted to shock me.
I sent it I live for shock. I enjoy it.
Right.
And I sent it for Howard's enjoyment. That's why.
Right. And boy, we really enjoyed it. I threw up 3 times. All right, go in.
Did you enjoy it? I hope you did.
Did I enjoy it?
Yeah.
You couldn't even watch it.
I was trying to eat my lunch. I almost puked. Then, of course, I cooked a brownie out of my puke, and I ate that because I'm into puke. I'm into puke therapy. Hey, don't make fun of puke therapy. You're going to tell me puke therapy is bad?
It's a nutrient. I don't know.
You know what's in puke?
You found something that I haven't heard of. I'm open. Tell me about it.
When you go home tonight, throw up and eat it. And I'm telling you, you're going to feel like a new man. You're going to never get a cold.
Very interesting, Howard. I never heard of that.
You never cook your own puke into a brownie?
No, I never.
Well, then you don't know what you're missing.
He's very funny. I've been drinking urine for 7 years, and I rarely get sick.
Right, rarely.
But you see, you don't realize the significance of this meeting. For the first time, fart man from Howard.
Go to the bathroom.
So let me ask you one question. Answer me honestly.
Yes,
answer me honestly.
Yes.
These other guys who drink their own urine.
Yes.
You get together where and talk about drinking urine. Oh. Is there a newsletter?
Howard,
is there a newsletter?
No. This isn't a cloak and dagger society.
Are there people who get together and talk about the benefits of drinking urine?
There are, but okay. I'm not a part of any.
Can we talk
I
to his
have
wife?
A personal testimonial for myself.
How do you know other people who drink their urine? How do I know? How do you meet them?
Okay.
I ain't buying.
All right, show me what you have to show me.
Right here.
You're not buying it?
I think he's scamming us.
I think he's legitimate. I think he's absolutely legitimate.
Price lists, books.
Look at this. Here is look at this. A whole book thing. Call this
a bibliography.
No, call this exhibition 1001. Mark this down, please. For the court.
This is the People's.
This is the People's Exhibit.
Exhibit
right.
1001.
That's right.
Disregard the color of that paper.
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow paper.
Look at this. A listing of books and order forms from people, urine therapy, international book literature, and tape price list. There are other people who are going around trying to become stars from this.
Be brave.
Howard, that's not the issue.
Are you saying this cures AIDS? If I drink my urine, will I cure AIDS?
I can't make a statement like that.
Have you known people who have... Do you know people who have... Well, you're not a doctor.
I know, I can't make a statement like that.
You can make any statement you want. People are ready to lock you up in an institution. Urine therapy radio show. You see?
A whole radio show.
Double cassette. A radio show. You see, this is a way of people becoming...
Be open-minded enough just to listen to it.
I am not open-minded when it comes to drinking my own urine. Okay. Now go in the bathroom and let Gary see you. And when you come back in here after the commercials...
Talk to his wife? I want to know who lives with him.
Yeah. Well, listen. Let him now prove to you that he does this. Go in the other bathroom there.
With Gary as your witness.
Yeah. No, and bring nothing with you. No tea,
cup. I just want to swallow one more cup of this.
Of tea?
I want to get a good specimen.
Good.
Okay?
I like this guy.
I like you too, Howard. Because like I said, I don't get pissed off anymore.
All right, we heard that already. Heard that. All right, don't do the same joke over.
No, it's not a joke.
Drink up. Drink up so you'll have plenty.
You know, if you invite him over to your house, you'll never run out of things to offer him.
All right. Serve him some of the urine cakes at the bottom of the urinal. Go ahead. And stop staring at me like a mental patient. Just scaring me. All right, there you go. Get it all down. And he's drinking all these fluids and there's constant fluids going on.
Oh, he's got a problem.
I actually gave him an estimated time of 8:15 to go to the bathroom, so he's more than ready.
Okay.
Howard, I've been in training all week for this. Okay?
Very good.
Well, just go.
All right, go ahead. Go now, and I'm going to take a commercial break.
Solely for your pleasure.
Bring him back at the end of the commercial break.
You know, but this will be the first
Bring him back after the commercials are over.
This will be the first time he's ever tasted this.
This is Vinny set himself on fire.
Right. No, he does this regularly. What age did you start doing this?
I did 7 years ago.
7 years ago?
Yeah.
And how many times a day do you drink the urine?
Pardon?
How many times a day do you drink urine?
Just once.
Once a day? In the morning?
In the morning.
Good for our audience to learn about.
A very strange man.
And trust me, there's something wrong with it. In fact, it probably is poisonous.
It's probably quite unhealthy.
Right.
True.
We'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
I just put those in my bag. I'm actually going to go home and listen to the urine therapy radio program. I got to hear that. I can't imagine.
You know, maybe we could learn a few things.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that. It says like. Hi, you're on the air with the urine therapy program. This is Dr. Stern, and we'll be taking a few calls right now. Hi, you're on the air with WPEE. Doctor, I just urinated and very good. Oh, very, very good. You urinated. Well, you're on your right. You're on the right track. Thank you. Hello, doctor. Yes, Ed. This is Ed from New York. Hello, doctor.
Moyerstown.
From Moyerstown. The way. I bring that guy in. Did he really go to the bathroom in that cup, Gary? You'll have to validate that.
Not only do I verify it, but Scott Eisinger from E also verifies it. Just sit. Don't do it yet.
Yeah, right.
So this is real urine.
Gary, you're not going to tell me about my 2 weeks.
No.
Shh. Sit down. I don't want to drag this up because I'm going to get physically ill, but I had to verify for
Howard,
Robin.
that's something we share in common anyway.
You saw him go to the bathroom. You saw this is 100% legitimate.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Jackie's about to vomit.
I know.
And I got to tell you,
give Jackie a bucket. Just calm down. You don't have to drink.
Howard, Seth has not stopped talking about since while he goes to the bathroom. He just on and on
about urine therapy
or whatever, but mostly urine therapy.
His name is Seth.
Seth. Third son of Adam and Eve.
Fine.
Yes. This is really... All right, Seth.
Robin, we should talk sometime.
Right.
Know each other.
He off the air, he was explaining to me how you're prejudging him and that if he could just get a few moments alone with you, you'd see that you guys have a lot in common.
Changed my mind.
You can trust me as much as you trust Howard.
Robin, now do you believe him?
I trust Howard.
Go ahead.
I trust
Just
Howard.
drink it and let me see. Go ahead. It's really hard for me to watch.
Will it be one
I will have to watch.
fell gulp, or do you sip?
No, I savor this.
Wait a minute.
I savor. There's a temptation to gulp it down, but I savor it.
Enough said, Seth. It's time to either put up or shut up.
Okay. Would anybody like to take a whiff?
No. And by the way, you don't drink other people's urine, just your own.
Just my own.
Right.
This is strictly a personal thing.
Do other people... No, they don't get into other people's.
Oh, husbands and wives or boyfriends
really?
and girlfriends.
And that would be healthy? All right, go ahead.
Not healthy,
go ahead.
Spiritual.
Go ahead, I'm going to bar. Look at Robin standing, the first time on your feet.
Can I stand up and do this?
Yes, you certainly can, Seth.
I can sit down.
Go ahead. Look at Billy.
He's enjoying this.
I'm enjoying you.
Just do it already.
Look at Jackie. Oh, this
Jackie's
is a
gonna
fine
puke.
morning sketch.
Jackie's...
Howard, it doesn't get any better than this.
Give Jackie something and she gets an act.
Jackie's not kidding. He really gets.
That's okay. Give him a bucket.
Well, I want to see him puke.
Listen. A shower is essential for good health.
Eat and drink.
Hey, while you drink,
myself.
Seth, while you drink, I'm going to fill up my own cup. I'm going to get into it too. There's my cup right here.
Oh, I snorted up my nostrils.
Is that...
in your ear?
Well, I know, Howard, you were saying you had a little sinus thing. Maybe you need to snort some more.
Right in your throat.
Why on the throat?
On my beads, you know.
Right.
Well, it's just good. It absorbs into the skin quite readily.
By the time he's done, there won't be any to drink.
Yeah, you're running out to drink.
No, I'm enjoying it.
Put it on the headphones.
Please.
Take those
This
headphones
makes my
off.
skin nice and soft. A lot of famous actresses and beauty queens do this.
Come on, just do it. Don't drag it out, Seth. You're dragging it out. Robin didn't believe. I believed you.
Okay.
He has never
A momento de verdad.
Have you ever really had this before?
Definitely.
Really? All right.
Clear glass. My witness.
No witness. Go ahead.
Do it already.
I'm going to gargle it.
That at least proves it's in there. Wow. And is it... Wow.
He's never done it
No, the
before.
first sip
Look
is
at
always...
that. Look at that.
Robin, the first sip is always hard to get down. Like a famous lesbian once said.
All right, go ahead. Just drink a little
Down
more.
the glass.
Do a little more.
Once you get past that smell, you've got it licked.
Seth, I'm going to produce the show. Shut up and drink the glass.
Right.
I got you.
Thank you.
I got you.
Time is money.
This isn't my bathroom, I know.
He's not even drinking.
Oh, Robin, then you come over here and look.
What's wrong with you?
Why are you saying that?
Don't make me laugh. Please, let me do this. This is
Go ahead.
serious.
Take a good gulp. Oh, no, he's drinking it. Oh, man.
How come the level in the glass is never going down?
Oh.
What are you
Right,
crying?
do me a
Get
favor.
out here. Get out
Gary,
here.
take the magic marker.
Stand right here.
Draw a line on the glass so that she can see it goes down. You can't believe it, can you? This guy's drinking it.
Robin, for you.
All right, go ahead. Salud.
L'chaim, Howard.
Right, Seth. Go ahead.
Oh.
He seems to...
That level is not going down.
Oh, okay.
He's right, Howard.
Absolutely not.
No. That level's not going down?
Just gulp it down.
Go ahead. Show him the level. Hold it up to the camera.
Be a man.
Hold it up. Good. He's drinking the whole damn glass.
Howard, you...
Hold it up. Hold up.
I know Howard wants to do this. I know he does.
Hold up the glass. Where's the level? Is it going down?
It's going down. That was the first two gulps he took.
Show me the level, please.
I'm drinking.
Turn around so I can see the level. Oh, he's drinking it.
That's the first time he drank it.
Okay, Robin. Robin, wait a second. Seth is right. It's time for me to try it with my own. There I go.
Howard, that's apple juice and you know it.
Now switch.
Nature's drink.
Is Allison watching this?
Oh, get him out of here now.
All right, Seth. Seth, I can't take it now. I can't take any more.
He made a believer out of me, Howard.
Yeah,
You're not going to let me
Destroyed
finish?
the headphones because he touched them with his urinated hand.
I'm going to puke.
I feel good. I feel really good and I feel energized.
Put him in the
Seth,
garbage.
thank you.
Go away now.
Seth, I got to take a breather from you, okay? I really do.
No one ever wants to see you again.
It's intense.
Howard.
You grossed me out.
Howard.
What?
Aren't you going to give me a hug goodbye?
I got $100 bucks.
Not right now.
I got $100 as he tries to shake your hand when he leaves.
No. Seth would not do that. I trust Seth.
You don't want to be anointed?
No? Oof, man, that's
Gary,
intense.
Throw those headphones
Yeah,
away.
right. Seth, I want to thank you for coming in and teaching us about urine therapy.
Oh, you're welcome, Howard.
Do you advocate people getting in touch with you, or...
Well,
He wants to give out his address.
He does?
No, not my address, but that address that I gave you on the sheet.
Yes.
This is a valid therapy. I'm a little eccentric. Don't go by me. This is a valid therapy that can help a lot of people. And I'd appreciate if you give the address at the bottom. If anybody wants books on the subject or tapes on the subject.
All right.
I'm not connected with that at all. I'm just doing it out of the goodness of my heart.
151 New Park Avenue, Hartford, Connecticut, 106 for anyone who wants to drink their own urine. Evidently, you need a book on it.
Those books are written by doctors.
Are they?
Yeah.
All
This isn't a joke, Howard.
Well, I believe you're into it. There's no question. Wait.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, goodbye, Seth.
Seth's finishing off his book.
You want me to leave the glass?
No.
I'll take your bag. Don't even put it down. I'll take your bag. I got your book. Don't worry.
All right, I'm going to take a break before I vomit.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Your wife don't mind this, huh? Has she ever tried this?
Yeah.
She has?
Only in rare cases when she gets a sore throat. Otherwise, she won't do it.
Yeah, understood. Wow. And it gets rid of her sore throat?
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. You can move through a cold very quickly with this. Very quickly.
Yeah, you move through anything
and I hardly
after
ever get
doing
sick.
Really? All right. Okay, I believe you, Seth. All right, take it easy, man.
Okay.
Gary's afraid to touch you.
Just don't spill that.
Okay. Thanks. I won't spill it.
Boy, he drank a good amount of that. That was a good idea of marking the glass.
Dom Perignon. Okay, this isn't booze.
Goodbye. He won't leave.
Scaring me.
I'll be out in a minute. That way.
There was a guy who looked frighteningly like him in the lounge there. Was that his brother?
I don't know.
Who turned him on to
That
this?
was his wife.
Gary just lets him wander the halls.
Oh, man, I feel like I just ran the
Why are you letting him wander the halls?
No, Ganji's got him.
Oh,
okay.
Passed him off, huh?
Yeah. How did it go? How did it taste?
Wow, that was pretty heavy.
You don't even know the half of it. There's another guy out there that's with him that looks like him.
Yeah.
And I said to the guy, are you into this therapy? And he said, not really, but I do have to say that this morning I had a sore throat, and I tried it for the first time, and he goes, it was disgusting. I couldn't take it. He goes, I only had one sip, and I spit it out, but my sore throat's gone.
Yeah. I'd rather have a sore throat, too.
Right.
What's so bad about a sore throat? You stay home, watch some TV
That's
until
right.
it goes
You lay
away.
in bed and see a few movies.
Right.
God's way of telling you don't drink urine.
I guess these guys really want to get rid of their sore throats.
Yeah, they got some important job they got to get to.
Whoa, that was heavy.
Man.
Robert, do you believe that he did it now?
I suppose.
Yeah. She's thinking maybe he cut a hole in his head and makes it like a magician.
I thought he was going to come in and just guzzle the whole thing down, and I would have lost my lunch.
Yeah.
At least it was.
Even he admits he can't do that.
Oh, boy.
I was praying you wouldn't make him laugh while he was doing it.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. And I was getting nervous that cup was going to be all over the place.
Don't make me laugh out.
Yeah, right.
Spit take.
I just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
He wasn't real predictable, you know.
Yeah. I didn't know what his agenda was.
Yeah, what he might do.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go to commercial so you can sign his book and he can go home?
Oh, I have to sign his book?
Yeah, I'll hold it for you. Don't worry.
All right. Yeah, I'm not touching it.
You know, that book has been more trouble than it's worth.
I know. I'm not writing any more books. I'll leave that to you.
Now you gotta sign Seth's book.
Yeah, I don't want to sign Seth's book, okay? I'll sign a piece of paper. How's that? Is that his book right there?
Yeah, hold on.
And you know it's probably covered in urine.
Look, everybody's like wrapping the book in
Hey, give me
paper.
it. Yeah, hold it with paper. Gary's holding it with pieces of paper. Hey, Jackie, can I have your pen, or you don't even want your pen touching the book?
Oh, man.
Oh, finger cuts.
Oh.
Sign quick.
All right. To Seth.
Bottoms up.
Yeah. I'll give him bottoms up. Any guy drinks his own urine, just sign it and get him out of here. All right, very good. I did not touch the book. Let that be entered into the record. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle. 97.1 The Eagle. Howard Stern Morning. Pure rock. All day. 97.1 The Eagle. It's The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Hey, as long as we're starting the news, I got something exciting. You asked me 2 days ago to get in touch with Danny Sugerman, Rob, and I've done it.
Great.
Danny, you on the phone?
I'm here, Howard.
I know it's early for you.
There's that voice we know and love.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Danny.
How are you?
Real good. You know, I don't think we've talked to Danny since he married Fawn Hall.
He stopped talking to us as soon as he got that all squared away.
Yeah, once he got that happening, he kind of like dumped us. And would that be a fair assessment?
It felt more like the other way around from where I was standing. Once you were on the cover of Esquire and started saving people's lives and running for government offices, you didn't need us anymore.
Oh,
You didn't
come
need
on.
the kid that answered the door. Mail.
You know I'm interested in you.
Always.
Always.
No, I've always been flattered, and you have. You've always been good to me, even when my books didn't sell and no one cared.
Well, Danny is the guy who, when he was a kid, I'll just give everyone a refresher.
Yeah.
Danny's the guy who, when he was a kid, he was really into the group The Doors. And as a matter of fact, that was a phase we all went through for about a week, but Danny stayed in it for like the rest of his life. Yeah, he made a whole life of it. You know?
It made an impression.
Yeah. So anyway, Danny got caught up in the whole thing with the Doors, became a heroin addict, and he wrote 2 books about it. He wrote about the Doors.
Right.
And then he wrote about his own thing in Wonderland Avenue, which is a real good book. So, yeah, he wrote these books and stuff, and we got in touch with him because we thought it was kind of cool that a guy who used to just open the mail for Jim Morrison has worked it into a whole career.
He was like the widow of Jim Morrison.
Yeah, he gets, since Jim didn't
that was Pamela now. That has implications. I'm not
Yeah, but come on. Yeah, it's true.
I was a fan that just, was real persistent and pushed his way in, and they couldn't get rid of me.
The way that we really met Danny, though, was we used to have Melissa Gilbert on the show.
Yeah.
No, I brought her in. Now, let's get this straight.
Was that the way
brought her in as a mystery guest.
Oh, that's right.
Gilbert,
okay.
As a matter of fact.
All right.
That's right.
My memory didn't serve me. As it does every day, it doesn't serve me. So, anyway.
Actually, we met Danny because whenever we booked Ray
from the Doors,
and Zurich of the Doors, Danny would come.
Yeah.
In fact, you know who I saw the other night, who I met on the first show? I remember the first time I did your show, and I don't know, I was on the road, I think, promoting No One Here Gets Out Alive or something.
Yeah.
The first book, and they said, you're doing an interview. It's classic rock station, drive time DJ. He's pretty popular, a little off the wall. I didn't know what to expect, and walked in, and Fiona Flanagan was there.
Right.
And I just saw Fiona the other night singing in L.A. And
yeah, she's doing real well.
She's great.
Yeah, a very nice girl.
She is.
Yeah. So anyway, Danny had this whole, history of being a heroin addict and stuff, and he wrote about it. He was very open about it and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought, like, Danny was kind of like a sleazy-looking guy and stuff with his cigarettes and everything. But then all of a sudden I see him coming in with major girls. He's getting Melissa Gilbert. She broke up with Rob Lowe and went to Danny. So, he was getting some major girls out there in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to say to Robin, how is Danny getting girls? And Robin said, he's really kind of sexy.
Thank you, Robin.
I said,
I've
really?
always said that about you. You know that.
I said, Danny is
Feelings
sexy.
mutual, by the way, Robin.
Danny was the kind of guy in high school that used to get girls, and I would look at guys like him, and I would go like, why are these girls with him?
And nice girls.
Yeah.
The girls that you would die for.
Girls I wanted.
Would go to Danny.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So it turns out the reason Danny got him wasn't his personality. He had good co-connections. He had come out of his whole drug phase. He was in rehab. He had done the whole thing. And he
was supposed to be clean.
Right. So then, all of a sudden, Danny disappears for a while. The Doors thing isn't happening. He's opened every piece of mail they ever got.
The last time we heard from him was when Oliver Stone did that movie.
Right.
And that all went bad.
Yeah.
Well, no, that didn't go bad. Everything worked out fine on that. The movie sold a lot of books and a lot of records, and a whole new generation discovered the Doors.
All right.
But you were griping at the time.
You were griping. So, anyway.
No, I wasn't griping.
Ray was griping. Are you still in touch with Ray, or you guys break up?
Yeah, no, I still work with the guys.
Okay, all right. So, anyway, I was wondering how Danny made a living. So, anyway, next thing I read about Danny is he's, like, dating Fawn Hall.
And we couldn't believe it.
Who's a major piece of ass. I mean, to forget about the Oliver North stuff and everything else.
Yes,
Fawn could model.
Yes.
And she's got a name, and Danny loves that. He loves good-looking women who have a name. And this is like controversy and everything else. And Fawn Hall's this sort of innocent girl who got caught up in the Oliver North thing.
Right, but you think a very conservative girl.
Yeah, right. And all of a sudden, she's dating Danny Sugerman, and I go, whoa, she must have a wild side.
Well, she fell over into the dark side.
Right. So I said, she's going to fall in with Danny, and all hell's going to break loose. This girl doesn't know what she's in for. So he marries her, which is unbelievable.
Right. Couldn't believe that was happening either.
Danny marries Fawn Hall. It's a major wedding. Of course, we don't get invited. Thanks.
No, don't hear a thing.
Howard, that's not true. We sent you an invitation to the East Coast reception.
Did you really?
We did.
I didn't get it.
How did that happen?
It was at Fawn's parents' house, and we did send you a reception.
I bet you Frank Flores took it.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I don't recall getting that, but
you did.
All right. So
a lot of the Republicans in the neighborhoods weren't for it, but I thought it would be interesting to have you there. So
anyway,
you'd always been a good friend, frankly. So Fawn said,
course.
"Oh yeah, let's invite Howard."
So the letter shredder meets the letter opener. All right? It's like a meeting of the letterers. Yeah. So wait, I'm building something. So then Danny gets a hold of Fawn. They get married. The next thing it's pretty quiet. Next thing I know, Fawn's in crack rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ruined her.
The first thing we read was first she went in, then she escaped.
I knew it. Danny, what the hell happened? You know you're a bad influence. What'd you do to that girl?
Well, first of all, I'm probably a little more conservative than people think. And Fawn,
no, they don't.
Because she worked with Oliver North, you know, she didn't necessarily, you know, share the same politics as him. And she, you know, she grew up in the late 60s and 70s. And,
so you're saying it's
you
not
know,
your
she
fault.
was a rock and roll fan. She went to concerts. She got high. You know, she didn't, you know, offer that information up in testimony in front of Congress or Senate or whoever she was testifying.
Okay, so it wasn't you, is what you're saying.
But it was on the cover of the Washington Post. I remember, you know, Fawn Hall being brought in for questioning by the DEA about her cocaine use.
So what happened?
You know, she had gotten high in her past. I had gotten high in my past.
So what happened? You started
well, we
doing
went
coke
on a
again?
What happened was we went on our honeymoon. Everything was going
cool.
You know, we were very much in love, and we had a beautiful wedding, and we got one of those around the world fairs for a honeymoon. Got a month off, and
month off. You've had a
went to New York and London and Paris. We visited Jim's grave, and I sort of introduced the two. And it's a very depressing sort of place. And then we were going to go to Kashmir in India, where we had booked. I'd always had this sort of romantic fantasy about riding on a houseboat on one of the gorgeous lakes with the lotus lily pads.
So far, no mention of coke or heroin.
In Kashmir, India. But at the time, Kashmir was very politically unstable, and we were advised by the American embassy not to go to India at that time, especially northern India.
Oliver Stone.
No, not then. No, we weren't so disappointed we got high. But
go ahead.
Oliver Stone had just finished filming Heaven and Earth in Thailand. And I talked to his producer, and a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, had just returned from there and had all these wonderful things to say about Thailand. And the addict within me, who had been dormant for several years, always had also been fascinated in the Golden Triangle and the opium trade. And,
I'm into the triangle between Fawn.
The heroin trade in the Golden Triangle. So we went to Bangkok, and I figured as long as we're in Bangkok, you know, let's check out the Golden Triangle. And sort of lightheartedly suggested, as long as we're here, why don't we party here and then go to Phuket, which is an island off the shore of Thailand.
Go ahead.
And recover. We'll recuperate, and then on the way home to Los Angeles, we'll stop in Hawaii and sort of, you know, depressurize before we go back.
Oh, so you had planned to get strung out.
Well, it wasn't our plan to get strung out. It was our plan to, like, sort of get high and party. You know, and have, you know, it was a honeymoon. We were going to have an adventure. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Couldn't you smoke a little pot?
We were open to anything.
All right, go ahead.
So,
he's an addict.
Right. But you know what's odd? After all those years of sobriety, all of a sudden, it was like you were ready now to get back into it. Well, you figured you could do it like once and then be cool.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, go ahead.
I did. And I relapsed. I couldn't. I mean, it was once you prod that dragon awake, you know, he's hard to put back.
So what'd you do, a little coke?
No, there's no cocaine in Phuket. Actually, the Princess of Siam had turned to someone who will remain nameless, who's pretty well known, who we've had an acquaintance with, and she turned to him and said, listen, do you have any toot? All there is opium and heroin. And there's no cocaine in Thailand. There's like all this heroin and opium.
Right.
And no cocaine.
Yeah, so
we smoked.
He was forced.
We smoked opium, and of course I developed a tolerance to that very rapidly as a opiate addict.
That didn't get you off.
And started scoring heroin in Bangkok. For like $80, you could get 3 grams of pure heroin. I mean, how could I turn that down?
No, you can't. Not at those prices. Now I understand what happened. Go ahead.
It was a bargain.
And Fawn wasn't like uptight about needles and stuff?
Well, Fawn wasn't shooting up, and I didn't start off. It started smoking opium in this very romantic, idyllic village up in, you know,
it was cool.
up in the mountains there. You know, very romantic. The landscaping was beautiful. There was a river flowing. There was a lake. The kids were diving in, and
Robin
on the side of the road.
I'm conscious. You know what? I got to tell you something. Robin was making fun of me because when you got married, I bought you a set of works for your present.
I thought that was stupid.
And she wouldn't let me send it. I should have sent it.
Well, no, because I wouldn't have wanted to take it through customs.
Oh, all right. Okay, go ahead.
And besides, in Bangkok, you can just go into a pharmacy and buy them.
In Bangkok, when Fawn walks around, though, she's tall and blonde and really hot. I mean, like, is every guy, like, staring at her and stuff?
Not really. We went to the, I forget what they called the road there.
What, she dressed down?
Road or something like that. the red light district, and I expected it to be sleazy like Amsterdam, but there were beautiful young girls.
I can't believe
great pure dope, and it was just too much to resist.
But I can't believe that Fawn got so caught up in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying Fawn was getting high on opiates with me. Fawn sort of smoked opium, and you know it wasn't her drug of choice, but I had started getting high again.
What happened when you came home?
What happened when I came home was I didn't want to get high anymore, and I couldn't stop, and the drugs weren't as available or as good as they were there. It was time to get back to work. I couldn't stop, but I discovered I got really into cocaine, and that led to crack, and I couldn't hide that usage from Fawn. It makes heroin look like a day at the beach. I mean,
really?
Crack is the most evil, hideous, pernicious drug. You know that scene in Time Bandits at the end when the kid says, "Hey, Dad, don't take it. It's concentrated evil." It is. It's like concentrated evil.
You got caught up in it.
It brought me to it did to me in 6 months what opiates had failed to do on and off over 10 years.
So the first time you did it, you were like, "Oh my God, this is incredible."
Yeah, and then the second time I hated it, and then the third time I hated it more. But you can't stop.
Yes, one time.
I mean, it's literally purgatory. It's this temptation you can't resist, and yet you hate when you get into it.
Don't listen to Danny and say one time. Danny gets addicted to anything and one time.
Oh, come on, give him a break.
No, crack.
I'm just trying to be up front.
Crack is. I was for decriminalization of drugs, and I still don't think addicts should be put in jail, but there's just no way you can legalize crack.
He'll be back on it.
Yeah, because Danny would have to take
So, Danny, did you go through all your money and everything?
Between relapse and recovery, we went through a lot of money.
Oh.
A lot of money. To say nothing of...
I'll give you I'll give you 1,000 right now, because let me sleep with Fawn.
Yeah, you need to make up.
Yeah, 1,000. I'm talking cash.
Fawn's problem didn't start till we got back to America, and I had attempted unsuccessfully to hide my use because I didn't want her to leave me.
What did I tell you? I knew he had gotten her into trouble.
Oh, yeah. Her parents must be thrilled with you.
Well, I didn't tie her down and make her do it. She knew I was doing something, found out what I was doing, and made me get it for her.
So what's the deal? You guys still together?
Oh, yeah, we're still together. She's sleeping in our bed.
It looked like they have a nice house in it.
Yeah, I mean, you got a nice house.
Yeah, we have a great life. We have a lot to be fortunate for, and we're really grateful that we still have each other and we have our health back. And
you haven't cheated on her since you got married?
He's been too busy taking drugs.
Exactly.
He didn't answer that.
I cheated with drugs. Drugs become like. I think that's what actually Robin hit on. I think that's why Fawn. One of the reasons why Fawn got involved was because she saw me having a primary relationship with something else.
Right. She wanted to win you back or be a part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, hey, who needs her into it? She's going to take my drugs away from me.
It's more for me.
Yeah. So what will you get Fawn addicted to next? How will you influence her in other ways? How will you bring her down next?
Oh, dear.
Well, the idea now is for us to be a positive influence.
Oh, really?
On each other.
What fun is that?
Well, wait a minute. I got to know, because it sounded like she got in deeper than he did.
Yeah.
Well, I was ready to pull out. I mean, I knew that I was out of control from past experience.
Yeah.
And it took her a while to see, because she had done drugs in her past and never had any trouble stopping.
Right.
She had, partied with coke for a while.
If she was smart, she'd shred her marriage license, too. Hey, you know what, Danny? When I saw that piece on her on TV with you guys in it,
yeah,
it was almost like, it was kind of weird, because Fawn seems like really pissed off at Oliver North for not calling her after they had that whole congressional investigation and everything.
Well, I think she's hurt. Yeah,
but why, though? I mean, like, big deal. Who wants to hear from him anyway? He's a loser.
Yeah, well,
and I mean,
he's more than a loser. He's a user, and he used her.
Yeah, but it's like she's in love with him or something in some way.
No, listen. I'm loyal to the Doors, so I can understand this. We talked about this before she got married.
Yeah, but it would be like
if someone was coming in to, if the CIA was coming into your office, it would be like Robin or Gary protecting you,
Yeah, but
and then them going through this whole ordeal defending you. And then not hearing from you for
Yeah,
the rest
probably
of their
he's
life.
afraid his phone is tapped or something, and it'll look like collusion or something. They tell her to get over it. She's got you now. You're a good man.
She is over it.
Yeah.
She is over it, but it hurt, you know.
I think she might have been a little in love with him.
I think so.
Seriously.
That's what it seems
Well,
to me.
he was her mentor, like Morrison was my mentor. You know, Jim didn't live long enough to disappoint me. You know, the guy used her like a paper cup. You know, she defended him in front of the world. And the event totally disrupted her life. She couldn't go back to work as a secretary
listen,
because
man.
she became a spectacle. It's, hey, Fawn Hall's working here. Hey, come over to the office. Fawn's working. And, you know, it's no
She
fun to
became a
be
celebrity.
a freak show when you want to be a private person.
Forget Oliver. Tell her to forget Oliver North.
Well,
and, you know, thank
I
God
will.
she sees through men who screw her up right at this point.
Well, she does.
Yeah, exactly.
She does. She's learned a good lesson.
What is she in bed now? Boy, she's hot, huh? What's that like the first time you and Fawn made love? Is it incredible?
Jesus, Howard, it was so long ago I don't even remember.
Oh, you sound like me. I tell you, I wouldn't have gone on drugs if I could have Fawn.
Yeah, he's over there with Fawn Hall on his honeymoon.
She's hot.
Hey, Tommy Lee did with Heather Locklear, didn't he? You know, it
Yeah,
happens.
I guess.
It happens. You don't do drugs because...
Don't give me a lecture.
You have something.
If anyone's going to lecture, it's me.
Again, now Danny's back in the business of trying to get other people off drugs.
Hey, how'd you get Fawn Hall anyway?
We met at a nightclub, and I sort of courted her for a while.
What'd you do? You kept like annoying her?
I would call and we'd bump into each other, and it was difficult at first because she didn't want Washington. Her mother works at the White House, has a very respectable, very influential position. She's worked there for 20 years. She used to work with Kissinger, and that was the standard to which Fawn aspired. And Fawn didn't want it to look...
Were you just snorting? Was that a snort?
Fawn didn't want it to look like she had done Hollywood. It was a pause.
All right. I heard it.
It's 6:45 in the morning.
Sounded like a tootski went on there.
And she didn't want it to look like she went Hollywood. She moved out here to work with collaborators. So I was involved with Oliver Stone, who has a very liberal sort of, the opposite politics.
He had to marry a woman with a name. He had to marry a woman.
Oh, he
with
wouldn't
a name.
have settled for anything less.
I know. He was after a famous woman. You admit that.
I was dating a lot at the time, and frankly, a lot of the beautiful, attractive girls, model actresses that I was attracted to, didn't have the brains, and the personality that Fawn has. So
No,
when I met somebody that good looking.
I know a lot of girls with brains and personality. They don't look like that. Man.
Exactly, it's a rare combination, and I couldn't resist. It had nothing to do with. I didn't know who she was the night we met.
So like Yoko.
I expected to see. I didn't follow Iran Contra or Contragate or whatever they call it on TV. I remember her standing on the courtyard steps doing her one public statement saying that everybody has their... Andy Warhol said everybody has their 15 minutes of fame. I guess this is mine. I thought that was so hip that somebody that worked for some, Marine like Oliver North would quote Andy, and look like that would quote Andy Warhol. So my impression of her, initial impression, had been favorable, but I didn't expect to see her at a Hollywood nightclub.
What's she doing right now? What is she sleeping in?
In the bedroom.
Yeah, but what does she wear?
Cotton pajamas.
Really?
Yeah. They're really sexy, yeah.
What do you mean, like shorts?
No, like cotton pajamas, tops and bottoms.
Ugh. Are you serious? That's what she wears to sleep?
Well, that's what she was wearing last night. I don't know. I haven't been taking...
Did you make love to her last night?
I don't think that's any of your business, Howard.
Oh, Danny, that's outrageous.
I know you talk about your love life
That is outrageous.
on the air, but
now, don't tell me that.
We'll talk about our drug life, but not our love life.
Oh, come on. You're talking about
Some
crack.
things are private. I mean, I had hoped to keep the whole drug thing private. I sent her to the best hospital in the country that's supposed to be exclusive and a safe haven for people
What's that cost?
who are recognizable. Hazelton.
What's that cost?
What did it cost? It cost a fortune.
How much?
A lot.
She better be grateful.
Between recovery and relapse, it was,
So you think she's cured?
There is no cure. Every day you deal with it.
How does Danny still have money? Can he still have money?
That was a gorgeous house they were in. I saw it on TV.
That's got to be up for sale. That's got to be a rental. Is that a rental?
No, I've lived here for about 9 years. I bought it right after a book called The Doors Illustrated History came out.
Really?
And my father helped me with the down payment. He passed away, and I'm really lucky that I've been able to keep it. Thanks to
The only way to cure Fawn's drug problem is to divorce Danny. That's it. Hey,
gotta
Danny.
give up Danny.
So you guys must make love still every night. I don't think I get tired of her. I don't think I get tired of her. Although it happens. Look at what's his name with Cindy Crawford, Richard Gere.
Yeah.
Look at Billy Joel with Christy Brinkley.
Well, it was rough for a while. You know, when you're doing drugs, you're not sleeping, you're not eating, and obviously, you know, junkies aren't renowned for being the most, you know, sensual creatures in the world.
So now you're back into it?
We're putting our marriage back together. I had to go down to Florida where she was in recovery and bring her back to Los Angeles because the hospital.
Did you order that Regis and Kathy Lee tape? That's what saved my marriage.
Yeah, you got to get that Gary Smalley help.
No, Gary Smalley.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, they teach you how to, like, through various steps to relate to one another as a couple.
Well, it's work, but we're doing it.
All right,
yeah,
Danny.
what was that whole deal about her escaping from the hospital and all that?
Well,
you could be sure Danny was behind it.
When she was in Minnesota in the hospital there.
This guy has a story about her. This guy has his life is a never-ending book.
I know.
You know this is going to be another book.
Of course it is. Danny was doing research.
He's got to write another book. And what was he going to write about? Reviving Jim Morrison? I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, we went down to the grave, and I met this doctor who can actually reanimate tissue. And Jim came back to life, and he told me something pretty profound. Oh, yeah, what was that? He said, yeah, go do crack with Fawn Hall. Write another book. Dude.
Howard, you wrote a really good book.
Well, thank you. I expected to hear from one author to another author after that book, but obviously you were too busy.
Who could get in touch with you?
Oh, lies. Fawn can get in touch with me. Maybe you can't, but Fawn can.
Once upon a time, you gave me your home phone number. You said, come on over on the weekend. We'll have lunch. And, you know, I never heard from you.
Well, I also have kids. I don't trust you around them.
Well,
you know what I mean with that drug history.
influence.
That drug history. You might take them off to Bangkok with you.
This was before that.
Who knew?
This was before Bangkok.
All right, listen to me.
Yes.
You're doing well. Are you working on something?
Yeah, we are.
All right.
I am. Yeah, I'm working on writing a follow-up to Wonderland Avenue.
I knew it.
The Doors American Prayer is coming out on compact disc. And we're putting together a Doors box set for, you know, whenever we can get it out. And everything's going great.
In a way, you had to go
really
back on drugs with Fawn because that's your next book. In a way, it's sort of self-serving. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that wasn't the plan. I mean, it's, you know...
Well, not consciously.
You're one of those writers that needs something exciting to happen.
He can only write about real life.
Right.
There's fiction in him.
So he has to live it. I dig that.
Frankly, I didn't think I'd live through this. If you want to know the truth, I just feel so lucky to be alive.
He knows we had
Makes for a better book.
Makes for a better book.
I went through 3 hospitals in 3 months. It was.
You should have called us. We would have ignored you. Hey, Danny.
I wasn't calling anybody.
Hey, come in here with Fawn. I have to check her out.
At least when you're on the book tour.
You know, we got a lot of offers after this piece aired on TV, and it's not something we really want to talk about. The reason we did it was because people were getting paid for telling lies to the tabloids, and it was hurting.
What was the lie?
Our families. Things like Fawn turned to drugs because Oliver North wouldn't sleep with her like he wouldn't give him the chance.
Right.
You know,
that kind of
traumas in her past that you know, just things that had no bearing, no truth in reality were put side by side with information that was very personal that had to have been gleaned from, you know, either patients who had been going through the program with her, counselors who worked at this Hanley Hospital.
Well, you're absolutely right. The newspapers should have listed the real problem, which was you.
Yeah,
not
they didn't know how lethal Danny
Yeah, right. They were afraid to write about Danny.
Actually, I was able to pull out before she
Braggart.
and be able to help her because we both couldn't climb out at the same time together. So it's.
Did Ali ever come on to her? And would she have said yes?
You know, if I were him, I would have come on to her.
You're
but
damn right.
But I don't think he was. No, apparently he was pretty dedicated, faithful Marine, and
I'd love to kiss your wife's legs.
She saw anything in him besides
bad teeth.
You know,
Oliver North has the worst teeth.
Boss.
Yeah, I got to kiss your wife's legs when she comes in here.
Well, someday we'll come in and say hello.
Yeah, come on in already. What's she afraid of?
Yeah, no need in being afraid of us. You've done heroin.
This is the first time you've asked, Howard.
I've always asked you. You know that.
No, I don't remember that.
All right,
I do.
I'll get a hold of you.
Okay, well, Well,
Well, it's a
Robin's memory I trust bit more than either of ours. So.
It's a fascinating story, Danny, and I'm glad to hear that you're alive and well, and you came out of it, and it's going to make for a hell of a book. And I'll see you soon, I hope.
Okay, Howard. It's good hearing from you guys.
Yeah, well, stay
right.
in touch.
Robin, take care. Howard, keep doing that good social service you're doing.
Oh.
I think it's great that you know.
Danny, you're no judge of character.
We're proud of you too. Really.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations on everything.
Thanks, Danny.
Talk to you guys later.
Take care. Danny Sugerman, the author of Books on the Doors and
Wonderland Avenue,
and husband of Fawn Hall. Fawn Hall. I would not be on crack. The only crack I'd be on
is hers.
Right. You're damn right. She's a hot little minky. Danny's looking for excitement. There's enough excitement right in that bedroom. I would tie her to the bed so she was laying flat on her stomach with her legs spread eagle, and I would treat her. Ooh boy, what I would do to her. Up on those hindquarters, honey. Beg me.
Make that noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, we went to Bangkok on the honeymoon. And we went... yeah, and did you leave the hotel?
I'm interested in the Golden Triangle.
Yeah, well, so am I, but obviously we're talking about something different. She's a natural blonde. There's a golden triangle, all right. Barely visible. You could get lost in that, couldn't you, boys? Yes, sir. Hey, now. Busy with crack.
Oof, good choice.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fawn's in the bed. I'll go out and see if I can score some heroin.
It was $80. I couldn't pass it up.
Danny's a pisser. And here's his next book.
He's a true addict.
Yeah.
He loves drugs.
Doing the sequel to Wonderland Avenue. I'm just waiting to see what the ending's going to be. Got to go out today and score.
That's right. I got to see what I do today.
Let's see. How much money do I have?
Where do you go on a honeymoon? Hawaii,
See, Danny,
Paris, or an opium den?
Yeah, well, Danny's one of those guys who Robin and I were talking about this morning who are having the time of their life. He's like Mark Harris in that you don't know where their money comes from. Like, I wrote a book. I couldn't go around the world with my wife. And I'm sure I sold more copies than he did.
Right.
Let alone pay for an addiction, pay for the cure, pay for the relapse.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go through a ton of dough. That'd be it.
But he's still got the house.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
To make ends meet.
He manages to get everything going. And have Fawn Hall, and have fun, and like hang out.
And go to rehab, 3 hospitals, 3 months.
Yeah, it's nothing. And he's working, and he's got things going on, and he's answering mail from the Doors. And the Doors have been gone for 500 years.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here. Let's do the news next.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Want to find out what happened to my camera? Frank's on the phone.
Oh, wonderful. Why isn't he at work?
He's working, but he's on the road.
Oh, all right.
Frank.
Yes.
You know the controversy?
Yes, I do. I am wrongly accused.
Really?
Yes.
All right, Frank Flores is our... What are you here?
Local sales manager.
Loco? L-O-C-O?
That's
yes,
it.
definitely.
Our crazy sales manager.
Yes.
Who...
Yes.
I had a meeting with Harvey Electronics. So, do you mind taking the witness stand?
No, go right
Okay.
ahead. Well, wait a second. Wait, can I say one thing?
No, there is no opening statement.
My legal representative, Dominic Barber, will be calling you later this afternoon.
Let him call.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
Just swear him in before you question him.
All right. Do you promise to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Si.
All right. C is, you let it be known for the record that C is yes in Spanish.
State your name and spell it.
Frank J. Flores.
What does the J stand for?
What? Thief.
And were you not, in fact, circumcised?
Yes, I was.
Recently?
Yes, I was. 4 years ago.
And was it not because that your penis
was in pain?
Was in pain and irritated?
Uh-huh.
All right. Were you present at the meeting I had with Harvey Electronics?
Yes, I was, Howard.
Okay. Did you recall a time in that meeting that Harvey Electronics offered me a camera, a video camera?
To the best of my recollection, I do not recall it.
You don't recall sitting at the table and they were passing around a video camera while you were sitting there?
I don't recall.
Do you know the man Franklin from Harvey Electronics?
Yes, I believe I do.
And didn't Franklin sit there with the camera and say, Howard, we want you to have this camera?
To the best of my recollection, no.
Do you recall being in the meeting about the Sharp video cam?
To the best of my recollection, no.
Okay. Now, don't you find it peculiar? Strike that. That's leading the witness. Did you see the piece of commercial copy that Harvey Electronics left here?
No, I did not.
Okay. Are you aware at all that during the commercial, it actually says in the copy that this is like the camera that we gave you, Howard?
No, I am not aware of that. I don't see every piece of copy that comes into you, Howard.
Whose account is Harvey Electronics?
John Rywalski's. A salesman who works under my supervision.
Are you not perpetually angry that you are almost the size of a midget?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm honest.
Don't you go to the gym and bodybuild to make your body look builder, but the truth is you still can't get taller?
I can only get wider.
That's right. You can only get wider and not taller.
You're right.
And certainly not wider.
No, as much as I try.
Right. All right, so...
But can I just correct
All right, let me say something here. Isn't it true that you once took a piece of equipment that was meant for me?
I am glad you said that because that leads me into what I want to say, and this has been killing me for
Answer the question.
Answer only the question.
I refuse to answer only the question because it's a loaded question. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you exactly.
You were out of order.
Out of order.
No, Howard. Let me tell you exactly what happened after that meeting.
Go ahead.
Okay, that was the Iowa mini system, is it not?
And one of the greatest mini systems ever.
Okay. At the end of the meeting, the people said, Howard, we're going to leave this for you.
Right.
You, as you always, that's not necessary.
Right.
We really don't need to do that.
Right.
I'll do a great job for you anyway. You walked out.
Right. Now, what do you think
at that
mean?
point? Excuse me.
Yeah.
At that point in time, I packed the mini system into the box. I went to our general manager, Mr. Tom Chisano.
Go ahead.
And I said, Tom, they left this for Howard. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to get an intern to bring it down to his office? At which time, and you don't know this, Mr. Tom Chisano said, and I quote, Howard already has a mini system.
Oh, so you're now saying
for sale.
So you're saying that you've been protecting Tom all along,
right.
and now you're coming forward with new information.
You're damn right I am.
So in fact you lied. You did lie originally.
No, I did
not lie originally.
I embellished the truth. I did not lie.
Are you embellishing the truth when I ask you if you took my camera?
No, I am not. I did not take your camera.
All right. Now, Tom, is that true that you...
Wait a minute, you can't have two people on the stand at one time.
Sit down for a second, Frank. I'm now swearing to Tom Chisano. Tom Chisano, you promise to tell the whole truth, nothing but truth. All right. You've heard the statement of a Mr. Frank J. Flores?
Yes, I have.
Previously circumcised recently?
Yes.
Also a midget?
Also a midget.
All right. Is what he's saying about the Iowa mini system, is that true?
I don't think exactly the way he put it is what happened.
I see. What is your best recollection of what happened?
My recollection of this is that you were offered the system, that I was told you were offered the system and said, you don't have to give me the system.
Right.
Why should I do it? The system.
Right.
Put the system in your office then.
No. I never said that.
No. In your meeting with Iowa.
Yes.
You said, no, I don't need the system. Don't give me the system. They left the system.
That means I want the system. I just don't want to say that to our clients so they don't think I'm some kind of chazer, which is an old Italian word for a guy who glams a lot.
I know that. I'm part Italian.
Right, so you know too.
Exactly what you meant.
I had two mini brains discussing my mini system while I should have had it. Who's on the phone now? What witness?
We have a surprise witness on the phone for the Sharp system at hand from Harvey Electronics. Franklin is on the phone. He's got counter testimony.
All right.
Am I excused?
I reserve the right to call you back at a later date. All right, but you can. Judge Ito, is that fair to say? I'm sorry. What is that, Judge Ito?
He is dismissed at this point.
Can I discuss this case with anybody?
No. You are not allowed to discuss this case.
All right, Franklin, are you on the phone?
Yes, I'm here, Howard.
All right. Now, what information can you add to this? He's already been sworn in. Go ahead.
I've been sworn in, and I want to tell you that after the meeting broke up and you left the room, I turned to Frank and I said, I want you to make sure that Howard gets this beautiful camcorder from Sharp. Okay, and he said he would take care of that. So he was the last guy in the room. I left the room with the other people that I was with, and that was it. So it was left in his hands.
Unfortunately, we don't have a picture of Frank to show him.
Frank, do you recall a time when Yeah, they're both Frank. Yeah. Flores.
Yes.
Do you recall a time when Franklin from Harvey Electronics handed you a sharp camera?
Howard, he is the client, and you know the client is always right. But let me just say, I have had countless meetings with you and clients, and countless times people have left things. And I in this particular instance, I don't recall that.
You do not recall. So you're not saying you didn't take it. You just don't recall taking it.
You just don't remember being in a meeting with Harvey Electronics.
No, I remember the meeting. I do not recall what Franklin is saying.
All right. So in other words, you know what, Flores?
Yes.
I'm only calling you Flores because I don't like you.
I know.
I got to tell you something.
Tell me.
From now on, when I take a meeting and somebody offers me something, I don't want you touching it. I don't want you even in the meeting.
Well, you know that.
Because why don't you remember? This guy is saying,
unfair.
Franklin is saying, Franklin.
Howard, there were other people with me at the time. I was not alone.
I want them all to testify.
Excuse me?
I want them to testify as well.
Okay.
They might be called in.
I have another person who was at the meeting sitting here in the office.
All right, don't corroborate his testimony. Let me speak to him immediately. I'll swear him in.
Okay, hang on a minute. Let me get him.
All right, thank you, Frank.
Let me get Mr.
This is a kangaroo court, Howard, for Christ's sake.
Calm down.
Well, you're small enough to fit into a pouch, that's for sure.
Howard, I've got another witness right here. Hang on.
All right, go ahead, quickly. In the middle of a court session, Robin. This is how the legal system works.
Hello.
Who is this?
This is Art Schulman, president of Harvey Electronics.
Ah.
Now,
do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God.
This is unimpeachable testimony.
Do you recall a time when you and I met with Frank Flores in the room?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Do you recall handing over a sharp video camera that was meant for me to a Mr. Frank J. Flores?
Yes, sir, that is distinctly true.
If Mr. Flores was to say something now, could you identify his voice?
I could.
Say something, Flores.
Good morning, Art.
Is that the same
That's
Flores?
the man, Your Honor.
That's
I
the one?
remember that man. That's the man.
Didn't he, in fact, smell like tacos that morning?
He smelled like tacos, and he had a 17-inch knife.
Right, and didn't you hand him my camcorder?
We presented the camcorder to you in the meeting. You made a big show of not really wanting it, but of course we knew you did want it.
Right.
So you said, I'm going to leave now. Frank, keep your eye on that camcorder.
And you know what I thought after? I said, oh, God, I really want that thing. And when I left, I said, oh, I hope they really let me have it.
Uh-huh.
Well, we know you're a man of fine taste, so a sharp camcorder from Harvey Electronics we knew would appeal to you.
Yeah, well, listen, it absolutely did. And Frank,
yes.
Did you see Frank leave the room with the camera?
No, you left the room. After you left, we said to Frank, look, we want Howard to have this camcorder. We brought it for him specifically from one of our stores.
Frank has it.
Make sure he gets it.
Frank has it. Frank has it.
I do not have it.
You have it.
I do
Frank,
not have
what do you videotape your children's parties with?
I don't have a camcorder.
Well, I didn't say you had it. You probably sold it.
No, I didn't sell it. I don't have it. I didn't touch it.
It's not stuffed in a drawer somewhere?
It is not stuffed in a drawer anywhere.
Where do you imagine the camera would be?
Maybe one of his assistants took it.
Whose assistant?
Howard's assistant.
Oh.
How would my assistant take it?
Maybe
what is
I
it?
might have handed it to them.
How would
A double surprise witness.
A surprise witness. Hold it. A surprise witness.
Your assistant, Kathy Tobin.
Kathy Tobin. Now, Kathy, I've never discussed this with you, have I?
Not at all.
You promise to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Do you have some evidence here that you would like to surprise witness? Giving a surprise to me. Go ahead.
Frank had the camera.
Go ahead. How do you know this?
I saw it with my own eyes.
Where did you see
saw
it?
him holding it?
In front of our office, right out here by the front of the studio.
Go ahead.
And he offered it to you.
Go ahead.
And you said, no, I really can't take that.
Right.
And that was the last I saw it.
Oh, he took no for because the client was with him, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't take it, and that was it.
Frank.
So you saw Frank leave with it.
Right.
This is total.
How can you keep saying you never had this camera?
Frank,
I am.
Kathy doesn't lie.
Total bull.
Frank, why would I come in here and lie?
What does she gain from
You know
it?
I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes you a lot.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
very
her
much.
size.
Yeah, she heard you're circumcised. All right, listen, Frank, obviously you have a lot of explaining to do. What am I going to say?
Howard, I have been wrongly accused. I stand by my innocence.
The evidence is in. I mean, here's 4 witnesses that have come forward
You know
so
what?
far.
You might as well pass judgment on him and send him off to jail pleading his innocence.
I'll tell you what your punishment is.
OJ is right.
I'll tell you what it
Wrongly
is.
accused.
Flores,
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yes, sir.
You realize there are people around here with more power than Tom Chisano, I hope.
Few.
No, exactly. You don't think I'm stopping at this.
I hope not.
Here's what I'm going to do.
I want my day in court.
Because we were once friends, this is what I'm going to do.
Tell me.
I don't want you in any more of my client meetings.
Okay.
You don't add anything to the meeting anyway. Quite frankly, he sits there like a schlub. I don't want you touching things that are offered to me, and I don't want you acting as my representative. Thank you.
That's very hurtful.
Yes,
and,
absolutely hurtful. Absolutely.
When that camcorder all of a sudden rears its ugly head coming from wherever it came from,
right.
you're
going to
feel real silly saying this.
Well, I don't know who you gave it to, but...
No, you're going to feel real silly saying this.
Fine.
Okay?
I don't mind.
Do you know where the camcorder is?
No, I do not.
And you're in deep trouble because there's no Puerto Ricans on my jury. This ain't like the OJ trial where they got all blacks.
Even Johnny Cochran couldn't help him.
Right.
You're sunk.
Johnny Cochran, F.U. Bailey, and all of them couldn't help
Who was that?
him.
Was that Franklin?
No, that's Art Schulman.
Okay, Art.
Yeah, let me see you talk back to Art.
No, I'm not going to talk back.
You're damn right.
I want him to remember.
Show him the worm you
I
are.
want him to remember my 17-inch knife. That's all.
All right. Obviously, he fenced it, and it's not traceable, so I can't go any further.
But somehow he's going to have it show up again.
Oh, yeah.
Anonymous.
Mark my words, you will feel real silly when it turns up.
Frank, I left you with my camera. You were in charge of it. You were the last person to hold it that we can trace. You should have been more responsible with my camera. Thank you.
Howard, you're wrong.
Thank you, Art.
You're welcome, Howard.
Goodbye, Howard.
Thank everyone, all my friends at Harvey Electronics. Thank you. Yes.
It sounds like Frank knows who has it.
He has it.
You haven't directly asked him who has it.
He has it.
I did ask him if he knew who had it.
He says he doesn't remember even holding it that day. He doesn't remember a discussion about it.
He forgot.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden he knows it's going to turn up.
That's
ridiculous.
And you're going to feel stupid. He knows who.
Because he's going to go out and buy me one is what he's going to do. And I don't want it.
I thought you were going to offer him that option, that if it just appeared, you would ignore the...
Oh, no. I want a full investigation. And by the way, I still reserve the right to call in John Rywelski. Anytime you see a guy with the name Rywelski, you got to question him.
Why are you calling him in?
Think so?
I'll bet you that's where it is.
You have to.
You notice he didn't run in here.
Oh, that's where it is.
Gary, call in John Rywelski.
I've seen John this morning. He's here.
Dustin said subpoena.
That's where my camera is, I bet.
Talking to his lawyer in the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's seeking representation.
Well, I'm onto something here.
I can't believe that this camera has disappeared like that.
Yeah, this is Cameragate. Where is he?
John's not here, but I did speak to John about it before he left.
And what did he say?
John
This
said
is
that
hearsay evidence.
John said he thinks.
Yeah, by the way, this is hearsay evidence, and this cannot... I'm going to ask the jury to get up for a minute and split.
We got a sidebar.
You have to disregard this.
Right.
John did say he felt that Frank took it home with him.
He did.
Yeah.
He
All right,
felt
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? There's a guy who has a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
As an honest guy. John Rywelski, very honest guy.
He's psychic. He felt that he...
What is it, Tom?
I'd already asked Rywelski about it.
Yes.
Rywelski was on vacation.
Aha.
Was not in that meeting. So I don't have any knowledge of what happened to the camera.
Right. And yeah, he doesn't have great videos of his vacation, does he? All right, very good. Thank you, Tom. That'll be entered into the thing. All right, very good.
Oh, man, I feel bad for Frank. But he's going to have to suffer his punishment.
John Rywelski's on vacation when he's here. What does he need to go somewhere and go on vacation?
Free lunch.
Yeah. You need a vacation. I need a vacation. All right. Let's do some news. This is silly.
This is terrible to uncover a crime like this.
Give me my urine. Thank you.
More urine?
Yeah, I'm into this whole urine thing.
You're only
now.
supposed to drink it first thing in the morning.
Thank you. I'm hooked on it. I love it. I could drink my afternoon and morning urine. Now, what's in the news, Rob? This is silly.
Oh, I'm just devastated by this revelation.
That's not devastation. That's
I am. I'm personally feeling very bad about this whole
Believe
thing.
me, Flores is guilty. The only thing missing is the bloody glove. And I'll find that.
But it's hurtful to know that someone you see and you smile at every morning is doing these kind of things. And, you know, it might be indicative of a problem because he doesn't seem to be able to stop.
Might be a kleptomaniac. Well, I got to find the smoking gun, if you will. I can't accuse him until I can accuse him, but I can't convict him until I find the smoking gun.
Smoking pinata.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, Robin, come on.
Do you think it'll do you any good out there on Long Island when Time Warner buys Cablevision?
I don't know.
You've been trying to get the E network on your cable system, and it's Cablevision out there.
Yes.
And now I see that Time Warner is making a deal to buy Cablevision, and don't they own the E network?
Yeah, well, Time Warner owns a piece of the E network. It could help. It could help. Long Island should have the E network. Enough people have called Cablevision repeatedly asking if they could have it. Cablevision does not respond because they run a monopoly out there. The FCC is too busy looking into me to look into that situation.
By the way, that is going to make Time Warner, if the deal goes through, a huge cable and media conglomerate.
Well, that's right.
Also in the news, yesterday, Rutgers University failed to be able to complete a basketball game because of a demonstration by black students upset by a statement made by the university president. A young girl took to center court at halftime and refused to be moved. She was immediately joined by more than 100 students, and the game had to be called. They were playing the University of Massachusetts, and they were ahead by a point or two at the time. They will decide today whether the game will be called a cancellation, a postponement, a forfeit, or whatever it was, or whether it should be replayed or resumed at some point. Here is a little bit of the banter of the sportscasters while this was going on.
All right, Robin, I'm glad you searched that out. That's going to be interesting to hear. Getting the audience worked up.
There have been a number of student meetings.
That's not it.
This is about Rutgers. Give me a clue. What tape is it?
You have to ask Scott.
He's sports announcer. How's that?
That might be it.
All right, let me try that one.
Try that one. It could be anything. Don't label these too clearly.
I'm not sure. Let's see. It could light up or label.
The game has been suspended. Now, we're going to have to get some kind of an official clarification on exactly what an interrupted game and a suspended game means in relationship to a forfeited game. Now, the Atlantic 10, not Rutgers, the Atlantic 10 has deemed it, quote, an interrupted game and a suspended game.
Now, they can't remove this one girl?
No, she was joined by 100 other students.
Oh, that's good. So the only people they punished were mostly black basketball players.
And the white crowd watching them.
Yeah.
Who wanted to see them play.
Right. You know whites love to watch black people run up and down it with a ball.
They say that the white students and the rest of the audience, the white audience, was screaming off the court, and we want hoops.
We want hoops. We want black people running up and down.
So, but they refused to relinquish the court.
Rightly so, Robin.
The school president, Francis Lawrence.
Yeah, what did he say?
Said something to the effect that blacks weren't genetically capable of scoring well on SAT tests.
You know, it is 1995, I believe. I mean,
now listen to this. Lawrence admits that he made some statements that could be called into question, but he didn't mean what he said.
Oh, he was misquoted.
No, he wasn't misquoted. He just didn't mean it.
Right. He said it, and he didn't mean it. He was kidding. Ask him where my camera is. Maybe he knows.
I said, that's the best excuse I ever heard.
Right.
Yeah, I said it, but I didn't mean it.
Excellent. Excellent.
I think he should be fired just for that comment.
That's unbelievable. What is it, Papa Flowley?
Didn't you see on one of the news stations, they trotted out Paul Robeson Jr.?
Yeah.
And
is he an actor?
I don't know. I guess he's Paul Robeson's son.
Yeah.
But I guess he's some official at the college.
Yeah.
And he was explaining that there were 3 words missing from this guy's quote that would have changed everything.
Really?
He just left out those 3 words. They didn't say what they were.
Oh, I see.
Wait a minute. Did he have them written down on a piece of paper and he forgot to read those?
No,
words?
They didn't say that.
No, what happened was he made the speech, the guy, and then they said, wait, if we add these 3 words in, it's a whole different speech.
Exactly.
Well, who knows? Well, give me the university president on the phone if you would.
Okay.
All right, let him explain
maybe he
himself.
can explain himself here.
Give me a minute to go get him lined up. I'll take a break.
Oh, okay.
And we'll get him on the phone and let him talk for himself. Why should we surmise?
Are we sure he means what he says, though?
He might say something here that he doesn't mean what he says, hopefully. In fact, I have his last speech on tape here.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see if this is it.
Wake up, white people.
Whoops, wrong tape. Okay,
He didn't mean
that. Well, let's find out what he meant right after this.
We'll return to the Howard Stern Show after these messages. 97.1 The Eagle. On The Eagle. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
What was Fafa Fooey saying during the commercial? What were you saying that Seton Hall?
Yeah, Seton Hall recruited a guy who raped a woman and pled guilty to it. And they knew when they recruited him, they knew that he was guilty. And now they're getting in a lot of trouble.
Is he a good ball player?
Yeah, he's a real good ball player. He's one of the top 25 in the country.
So can't they just lock him in a cage at night and let him play?
He's when they say like an impact player, he's a kid who can change an entire program. Take winners and losers and make them winners.
So now they're not going to let him play?
No, they can't. It's a Catholic school.
So will he be able to... It's a Catholic school? Why? The priests rape all the boys. What's the difference?
Not those particular priests.
Oh, not those priests, but there are a lot of priests who do.
They don't let those priests play either, Howard.
Well, sometimes they do. Sometimes they ignore what's going on. Look the other way.
The whole flap is that you shouldn't... People say you shouldn't reward a kid with a scholarship who's guilty of rape.
Who says that?
Well, that's what they said in all the commentaries in the sports pages.
Oh, well, I don't think rape is so bad when you consider some of the professional football players are cutting their wives' heads off.
Yeah, what would they do about OJ now if he was still playing?
Yeah, I mean, they're jocks. What do they know?
Half scholarship.
Right. He's just following in his footsteps. She's alive, the girl he raped, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Got all the parts.
You're just being facetious.
Of course, Robin. You see through me.
Trying to create controversy.
Exactly. You see through me.
You're ridiculous.
Of course she should not be rewarded. Yes, go ahead.
The president of Rutgers was unavailable
for the next 2,000 years.
Yeah. They said they gave me...
She doesn't want to talk about his statement. Oh, I have the statement, by the way. Here's what the president of Rutgers University said. This is great. His name is Lawrence.
Lawrence what?
Francis Lawrence.
Yes, Francis Lawrence. Got two first names.
The average SAT for African Americans is 750. I think that's combined.
It would have to be, because 750 would be very high on either one.
Robin, even I did better than that. The average SAT for African Americans is 750. We do set standards in the future. Excuse me. Do we set standards in the future so that we don't admit anybody with the national test? Or do we deal with a disadvantaged population that doesn't have that genetic hereditary background to have a higher average?
That was a good question.
What he should have just said, do we penalize black people who perhaps haven't had the advantages of white students?
But he didn't. He
got into
blamed
genetics.
it on genetics.
Yeah.
That's where he got into trouble.
As soon as you mention genetics and blacks and you work for a university, you can kiss your ass goodbye.
Just bend over.
You're telling me that the average score is 750? You get 400 just for showing up and writing your name. Did you know that? You do.
That's not true.
That is true.
200.
No, 200 for each score.
Is that right?
Yeah, for English and math. You get 400 just for showing up. I mean, it's not like you got to get,
The scale is 200 to 80.
I mean, I don't think I broke 1,000, but I was pretty close. I knew I had 400 going in.
Oh, man. So that means they really get 350.
Yeah. They. See? Right away.
I apologize. I meant to
Racist.
Say, I meant to say...
Well, you'll never work for a university.
I meant to say those people.
Those people. That's better.
Colors.
I saw where OJ wrote a letter to Nicole. He spelled START, S-A-R-T-E. So, he couldn't have done very well on his SATs.
Hey, but he got into college.
Sure did. He graduated. Magna cum laude.
I don't know whether he got any kind of honor, Howard.
I don't know either. But anyway, so that guy's in a heap of trouble. You got to know not to say it. Even if you think that, don't say it.
Well, if it's true, then he should be able to say it. But bring some proof, damn it.
Yeah, get it, Isn't there some proof somewhere? Didn't Hitler do a study or something?
Don't just go making statements.
Right.
Meanwhile, I have to respond here. Robin, correction. Time Warner is buying Cablevision Inc., which is different than Cablevision on Long Island, you witch.
Oh, my. See, as soon as somebody knows something more than you.
No, wait a minute. I'm reading this article right here, and it says that most of Time Warner's new subscribers are in New York, North Carolina, and Florida when they buy Cablevision.
Oh.
So it says to me that that's Cablevision on Long Island, too.
Yeah, what do we know? Who knew there were other Cablevisions?
And why would all these companies have the same name to confuse me?
I think it's all the same Cablevision.
It is. I'm telling you it is. I was right, and they are witches for taxing me.
Hey, let's go out on the street and ask black people what their SAT score was.
You think they'll know?
Are you saying black people don't know their own SAT scores?
If they don't know, we give them 400.
All right. I don't know. Maybe I'm too tired to do that. Go ahead, Robin. Continue with the news. You have some important
I would like to check to see if you get 400 for both parts.
Yes. I know that for a fact. You can call up Princeton. Hey, Gary, call Princeton Testing Service. That's who does the SAT.
Because if you take, what are they called? The achievement tests.
Yeah.
Those individuals, I think the lowest you can get is 200.
It's 200, yeah. It's math is 200 and English is 200. So you start with a 400. I knew that. Because believe me, I was somebody who was really nervous.
That you remember.
They made me take it twice. They couldn't believe how low my score was.
You don't want to come home from that with a 0.
Right, and I even took the Stanley Kaplan course where you go there and they try to teach you to be smart for the SATs, and it's like I went up like a point.
Let's play the comment of the young woman who is the head of the student government something or other out there. I forget her exact title. You played it?
Head muckety muck.
Yeah, head muckety muck of the student something.
Right.
At Rutgers.
All right, so this is not the woman who stood on the basketball court.
No, but
right.
she was obviously involved.
With President Lawrence and with faculty and staff on campus. And the students are still not particularly satisfied that they've gotten the answers that they would like to get.
Right.
So they're going to protest.
Oh, oh.
Oh, oh.
Oh, oh.
Oh, oh.
Oh, oh. Oh.
Meanwhile, the president got involved yesterday in the baseball talks, and not even he. I mean, you know, the office of president has gone down in stature.
It has.
Because he decided to personally get involved, and they still came out without an agreement. Here's President Clinton.
Him again? So President Clinton struck out, Robin.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. President Clinton, after coming out of the baseball talk.
Okay.
This is not a request for a congressionally imposed solution.
Did you play the first one?
It is a request for the only...
I didn't.
Which is that?
Yes, this is the first one.
It is?
I played the first one first, yes. Want me to swear in?
The second one first.
All right. Phew. Pass that test. All right, here we go.
I call on the players and the owners to go back, to keep talking, to work through this. There is still time.
He would love to see a spring training, and now he says the only solution he can see is if Congress gets involved. So here we have the president's next statement.
Hold on, it's queuing up. You know, there's only one thing left for the president to do.
What is that?
Let it go to Hillary. That'll work out the settlement. Right? Don't you think?
Well, she's a little bit smarter, they say.
Power. So. Yeah, go to a higher power.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that
why is the president bothered with this? This is baseball.
Tell you why the president is bothered with it. He's bothered with it for one simple reason, that baseball has gotten into this situation because the government has actually been involved all along. Government had no business being in this.
This is not a request for a congressionally imposed solution.
It should be.
It is a request for the only process we have left to us, to find a solution through neutral parties. And the only way to do this appears to be for Congress to step up to the plate and pass the legislation.
I could care less if they ever come to a solution because I don't give a rat's ass about baseball. The thing I do give a rat's ass about are people who make a living off of baseball. And I'm going to tell you something.
Florida's already feeling the impacts because a lot of people are canceling their vacations. A lot of people flock to Florida for spring training.
Yeah, let me tell you something. It does hurt the economy. The president is only getting involved for one reason. It's been so mucked up over the years. Congress has always declared baseball not a big business. They said it's not a big business. What is it?
This is on the phone is Rob from Princeton Review.
This is the answer to your SAT question. Thank you, Fofui.
Yeah.
Rob, is that you? Rob?
Hi there, Howard.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Now, you work for the SAT?
I work for the Princeton Review. We get students ready for the SAT.
Okay, now, you could answer this question. When I go, if I am a complete retard, and I have no ability to think.
Can't answer one question correctly, but I can write my name.
Right, that's right. What do I start off with?
You start off with a 200 in math and a 200 in verbal, so 400 points.
Yeah, 400 points.
So then why don't you just start off with nothing and the scores are lower?
Because it makes you seem like a real idiot when your score is 350. You understand? If you, at least if you're a black guy, you go home and you say, hey, listen, my score was 750. Your mother goes, pretty good. Not bad. That sounds like more than 100.
Even if you get everything wrong, you can't get worse than it's 400.
And isn't it true that black people start with 300 and they've been disadvantaged for years by the white oppressor?
Wait a minute, I know people who got a combined score like 425.
Oh, do you really? Oh, that's impossible.
I never knew they were doing that badly.
Some people aren't test-oriented.
Some people are not test-oriented. That's great.
Combined 425?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Who do you know? Announce their names so no one does business with them again.
Well, I don't know if they ever got to do business. This was when I was in school.
I see. All right. Well, thank you, Rob.
Thank you very much.
All right. That's Rob. And the Princeton method, I suppose, gets people way up there. I've heard about that.
They raise their scores tons and tons of points.
You know what I read about this Princeton company? I think it's the same company I read about. Are you the guys who got people's averages up so high in the SAT that they wanted to make your company illegal?
They've always tried to put us out of business, but we're never going to let them.
Well, I wonder if you could take a moron like me and raise my SATs.
Not a lot, but I'm sure we could raise it a little bit.
Right. In fact, I have a picture of a guy who got 425. Here he is, right there. All confused. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Tupac. I didn't realize.
That's right.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And let's just say that, there's plenty of white dummies, too. Jackie actually scored very high. What did you get on the SAT? He's real proud of this. What did you get?
I didn't do that. I think like 550 and 700 or something like that.
Yeah, he got like
700 in the math?
Yeah, he's real good at math.
Whoa.
He knows his gazintas.
I got like 760 on the level 2 achievement in math or something like that. I did real good in math.
800 is the highest, so that's pretty good.
Not in English, though.
I think my buddy, Dr. Lou, the doctor, that's why they call him Dr. Lou. I think he got like an 800 on one of them.
He didn't do a perfect.
Yeah, he was Mr. Perfect. He always got laid. He was Mr. Perfect. He became a doctor. Yeah, I still make more money.
People always said it wasn't possible. I knew guys that got 800 too.
Yeah,
I
did
knew
too.
some girls who got 800.
At least I'm doing better financially than him, so. He never predicted that. That's a continual source of embarrassment.
He might have known a lot of things, but he didn't know that, did
He goes to bed at night going, I wish I'd become a radio guy. What is it?
I was just checking some of the scores in the office with our interns.
Yeah.
Got a couple of H20s in there.
Really?
So I got somebody get H20 and somebody said they got lower than that.
Really?
Oh, those are combined.
Oh, combined.
No kidding. Let's tomorrow meet those people. Ask them all to come in. I want to. Yeah, we have some interns with good stories.
Those are people Gary can boss around.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on. You just showed a picture of Tupac Shakur. Tupac is going to jail. He learned his fate yesterday when he stood in a Manhattan courtroom on the charge that he was convicted of sexual battery.
Oh, my.
He could have gotten 7 years in jail. The young girl, the 20-year-old girl who was the subject of the case, pleaded with the judge not to let Tupac slip off the hook because he's a celebrity, and he didn't. The judge could have given him 7, but he gave him something like 2.5 to 4, and he'll have to do 18 months. And he was refused bail until he could mount an appeal, so he's off to jail.
Sexual battery is the charge?
I'm not looking at notes here, and I can't.
That's what my wife needs.
That charge, but
she needs to recharge those sexual batteries. Give me a little action.
Her battery a little low.
Yeah.
Let me see exactly what he was convicted on. They do say that he teared up in court.
Did he cry?
Yeah, he's a little gangster rapper, bad guy. But
broke down,
when they told him he was going to jail, he broke down. Did give an apology to his fans and to the young lady, not for the crime. He says he's still innocent of the crime, but he's sorry for what she said happened to her.
Oh, he's apologizing for something he didn't do?
Yeah, he's just sorry that she feels that way about it. He figures it went a whole different way.
Wow. Football players killing music stars and music stars sexually
raping or
abusing.
Sexually abusing.
Mayors smoking crack. Wave that flag proudly today.
Well, he did apologize to the fans for misrepresenting them. Or falsely representing them, as he said. And it seems that he's now gotten religion, too. He said that he would put his trust in God. He's been shot 5 times, convicted of a crime, and he's still here. So he puts his faith in God.
He should get into the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Maybe that would help.
Because in prison, those guys will protect you.
In Washington, D.C., they're now saying it's going to be a tough fight for Dr. Henry Foster to be confirmed as Surgeon General because of his history with abortion.
That's too bad. Clinton should fight very hard.
Well, they're saying already that the president handled it all the wrong way. Instead of trying to say that the guy only performed a few abortions, he should have said, we are in compliance with the law of the land, which is Roe versus Wade. Abortion is legal in this country.
Right. Instead he goes, well, he just did a few.
Yeah, and they were for all the right reasons.
Yeah, no. Abortion is perfectly legal. The man is a doctor. This is how he makes his living. The Post is a superficial post at best, Surgeon General.
Well, it's not superficial at best. It's ceremonial in the sense that he doesn't have any real duties or run some organization in the government, but he stands as the proponent of medicine in this country, and what these anti-abortionists are saying now is that you can't have had anything to do with abortion and take that post.
Yeah, no, it's a goof. And I'll tell you something, probably 75% of the people in this country want abortions. Excuse me, 85% want abortions.
And the 15% who don't, or however many that leaves, they don't have to have one.
Yeah, get them out of the country. Kooks. Stupid freaks. Plus, he's a black guy. The blacks ought to come out and, like, riot in the streets and stuff.
Please.
That'd be cool.
Now they'll riot for OJ.
That's right. OJ. Now, there's a guy you could riot for. You're going to riot. You know you're going to riot, so you might as well riot over that guy.
Shouldn't riot for anything.
Riot for something good. Get a free ham or something. Go to the supermarket and take everything out of there. Empty it all out. Whatever the hell you can loot.
Meanwhile, in the OJ trial yesterday, the testimony given by witnesses was kind of boring, but the fighting between the lawyers was kind of fun, and they had to dismiss another of the jurors, so they're down to one white juror.
Well, and you know what? I mean, where is this martial class? Where is everybody? Are they dreaming? Black people aren't going to convict OJ.
There's now 5 men and 7 women, is that right?
And you know what, CNN, like when they announced it, and they had like a chart showing you what the ethnic breakdown now is, but they're afraid to really say, they won't come out and just say, listen, you don't know black guys are going to convict OJ. This is a real problem here. They just give you a chart and let you draw your own conclusion. And what do they say? You know what they say.
I resent that, Howard, because I'm a black person who would convict OJ if the evidence was there.
You're a rare person, Robin.
I'm not rare, I don't think. I think that you in the media try to paint us all with one brush, like we all think the same.
You don't? Come on. You know that, who was it that got off?
Oh, you talking about that Limerick Nelson?
Yeah, oh, come on. It's absurd. Everyone votes along racial lines. In fact, one guy in the paper today said, he was a lawyer, he said, case against OJ is very strong.
No, you're misquoting this.
No, I'm not.
I read
what he said then. Read it now. Read it now.
I think you're talking about Raoul Felder?
Raoul Felder.
He thinks the defense strategy is so weak that the switch probably won't turn the tide for Simpson. The only thing that can
No.
Wait a minute, is voting along racial lines, is what he said.
And read the paragraph before that, what Raoul Felder said. No, you didn't. You didn't read the whole thing. He said the case against OJ is very strong. The only thing that could go afoul.
I told you everything he said.
Give me that paper.
Selective reading. Yes.
Here we go. You ready?
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready,
give me a second.
but you're not.
I think the jury is the only thing OJ has going for him at this point, said lawyer Bruce Smurdy.
Where's the statement about the case being so strong?
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Oh, do you think that's a pretty strong statement? You need I look further? I think the jury is the only thing going for OJ.
That's not what you said, Howard.
Oh. Let me see.
It's not there.
I saw it. They changed it. This is a different copy of the paper that I had. Yeah. That still says the same thing, though.
Not quite.
But to me, it says the same thing.
You wanted it to say that, but it doesn't exactly say what you said.
I think the jury is the only thing OJ has going for him at this point. What does that mean?
That means if they vote along racial lines, OJ gets off, but he doesn't know that for a fact.
It means there's a very strong case against OJ if that's the only thing he's got going for him.
That you're reading into it.
No, absolutely not. I disagree. I disagree. Absolutely.
I hate to call you on your reading comprehension. I know you scored very well on the SAT.
I had a combined 900. I don't make any mistake about it. I didn't do that well, but I know what I read. And I'm telling you, my comprehension says that OJ don't have a case except for the black people on the jury. Go ahead, Robin.
Go ahead, yes.
How many are there? 9 black people?
There are, let me see, I'll give you the breakdown.
Right.
There are 12 people on the
How does
jury.
that happen?
9 blacks, one white, an Hispanic, and one mixed race person.
Mixed race?
What is that?
Mixed race. Can't even identify the guy. That's how he's ashamed. That must be some mixture.
Shouldn't it be representative of the population?
Absolutely.
Well, a lot of people are saying that it's a totally skewed jury. They must have paneled heavily in the black community because even in Los Angeles, you think that all of Los Angeles is black from this jury.
Well,
but I think they're only like 13 to 15% of the population.
Well, they do say, listen, most people who have anything going on in their lives are able to get out of jury duty. And they have said that a lot of poor people now do this jury duty, as a matter of fact, as a way of earning some money. It's $12 a day.
And from what I understand, they're living in the lap of luxury. This is fun.
Yeah. So a lot of black people do serve on juries.
And there was an item in Cindy's column today that said one of the jurors was reading a book on the black experience.
Yeah. That can only help OJ.
And also a report that there was a shoving match between the white woman who was dismissed yesterday and one of the other jurors.
So, of course, they dismissed the white woman. Right, Robin?
Well, I don't know what happened, Howard. I'm just telling you about reports in the paper. I don't jump to conclusions.
But L.A. isn't all black. I mean, it is mostly Mexican, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what the other part of it is.
Right.
I told you, 13 to 15% black.
Wow. And the jury is 99% black.
Yeah.
Now, how do you let that happen if you're Marsha Clark?
I don't know. Do you think she went to sleep?
I don't know, man. Maybe she was busy pinning herself with angel buttons.
We were going to get into that. Also, I was going to bring up a point, and it just slipped away from me. So let's go on.
$12 a day in revenge on Whitey. Maybe that's what you're going to say.
Line around the block.
There you go, line around the block.
Oh, I know what it was. Not only Cindy now, but a lot of other people are saying they can't read this jury because they're not reacting to anything.
They're in a coma.
I don't know. Are these people understanding what's going on?
A lot of them said yesterday they totally lost and they were yawning and everything. And you know what? I saw one lawyer say?
One of the guys that, the guy that replaced, because it was a man who replaced this white woman, black man. They said he was one of the guys they saw nodding off a lot.
Yeah.
In the trial.
Well, he figured he was an alternate. What does he have to do?
Mine's already made up.
Yeah. So, the man at Innocent, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. But, I mean, one guy said, I saw a lawyer, he says, if you're going to hold this jury's attention, you better draw more pictures and have, graphs.
Oh, no, you didn't hear somebody.
Swear to God, on CNN. He says, you got to draw, maybe it was even that
more
woman,
audio-visual.
Visual aids, more pictures and graphs to try and keep the jury interested.
You got to be really entertaining with the jury.
Yeah, you need to be an arts and crafts teacher.
What, it got attention deficit disorder?
Yeah. Maybe some field trips, some subtitles.
Well, they are planning a field trip to the
good.
Of the water.
Oh, boy, we get to go out today.
Fresh air.
Yeah.
But the big bone of contention yesterday.
The big bone of contention's right here, Rob. And I think you need it. It's been a long show.
The big bone of contention was Marsha Clark's jewelry.
Right. Well, there's something wrong with that woman.
So after they got into court, there was a big meeting about the juror and then this jewelry. Here's Johnny Cochran arguing.
Cochran.
This is an orchestrated thing. So we have an obligation for our client to bring this up. We brought it out. I'm not going to belabor it any further. And she can make these long speeches, but the fact remains she has it on. She shouldn't have it on. She knows she shouldn't have it on. And we ask you to rule on it.
Of course she shouldn't have it on.
Marsha Clark is wearing an angel, she was wearing an angel pin yesterday. If you remember the testimony of Nicole Brown's sister, Denise, she was wearing angel earrings, and they were very prominent during her testimony. And Marsha showed up in court yesterday with a pin resembling those earrings as a show of sympathy with the family.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Here is her defense.
I would strongly urge the court to deny this ridiculous request and yet another request to suppress any sympathy or human emotion that may be appropriately given to the side of the victims, who, after all, are two young people who were brutally murdered.
Yeah, we know that.
Here's Judge Ito's ruling. Now, make sure you get number 8, Howard.
I have it.
Get that hair fixed.
Pull up your skirt.
Not only take off that jewelry, but try to wear a little shorter skirt and show off your boobies a little more.
I'd like to see those topless pictures without the bar.
If I may have those put into evidence.
Maybe you just better rip off your top since you don't know what to put on it.
Let's go to the sidebar.
Smell my beard.
Let's go to the clam bar.
I agree with you. They are very subtle and they're very small. But I don't believe...
Jewelry, it sounds like the Home Shopping Network. Very subtle, very small.
It's appropriate for Casket to wear one of these.
So she has to take it off.
I wear a plastic watch. Did you hear he started talking about how he wears a plastic watch?
Yeah. Meanwhile, the judge had to be very specific with the jury when he gave his instructions at the end of the day. Usually he just says, please don't talk about the case, and is very, out of there in short order. Yesterday he gave them quite detailed instructions as to what they are allowed and not allowed to do.
Please don't get in fist fight with other juror.
When I say not to discuss the case, I mean everything that goes on here in the courtroom is not to enter into, is not to be a topic of your discussion.
Right.
That means you're not to discuss how long the case is taking. You're not to discuss what goes on at sidebar. You're not to discuss the apparel of the attorneys. You're not to discuss the personalities of the courtroom personnel. Anything that is connected with this case, you may not discuss amongst yourselves.
So there.
Could you repeat that?
You are not to fart in your hand and smell it.
What else is in the news, Robin?
Carol Shia, the New York City police officer who posed for Playboy, got her ruling from the panel hearing her case yesterday. She was accused of not telling the police department exactly what her off-hour work was going to be when she appeared in Playboy in 2 episodes of a television show. She was told that she will be suspended for a month and placed on a year's probation. Her lawyer, Dominic Barbara, praised the decision, but said he will have to discuss it with his client, who is on her way back from a Mexico vacation.
Whoa. I'd like to be on that little trip. I bet you a lot of police work going on there. Hubba, hubba.
Let me see if there's anything else in this. Oh, in the Colin Ferguson trial. Yesterday, the man most seriously injured in the case in that shooting of the Long Island Railroad in which 6 people were killed took the stand. His name is Kevin McCarthy. Kevin not only was very seriously injured in that shooting, but he lost his father. He and his father worked in the same place and were seatmates on the Long Island Railroad for years. And after that grisly night, he never saw his father again. But this time, he got to face Colin Ferguson, the man who is accused of shooting him, and here's a little bit of his testimony.
I sustained an injury to my right hand due to a gunshot wound, which there's still fragments of the bullet, and I sustained a gunshot wound to the head, which caused a hemiplegia on the left side, which is, partial paralysis.
Did you lose part of your brain cells?
Yes, I lost an estimated 10% of my brain.
The man is still undergoing rehabilitation on a daily basis and is partially paralyzed. Colin Ferguson only had one question for him yesterday. Was he able to recognize his attacker? And the answer was no.
10% of his brain is gone.
Yeah.
Boy, Gary would be out of luck if he met up with Colin Ferguson.
That'd be the whole thing.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Shooting matches, they say. So anyway, that trial goes on out on Long Island. And Tyran Moore, the former boyfriend of Peppa of Salt and Pepper.
Peppa? How you spell that?
P-E-P-A.
All right. Let that be entered into the record.
Her name is Sandy Denton. Well, her ex-boyfriend, who was accused of murder, was acquitted yesterday.
Peppa.
Tyran was accused of shooting a man from his car in a gas station. But last week, his lawyer, Marvin Kornberg, who you will remember from the Amy Fisher, Joey Buttafuoco case, his lawyer introduced a witness who told the jury that Moore's car was not even at the gas station at the time of the shooting. So he got off.
The Kornberg's pretty good.
He won that one.
Yeah. I saw Amy Fisher's lawyer on some TV commercial yesterday.
On a commercial?
Yeah. You call up and, you get a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Him and his partner.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Also in the news, you missed a 17-year-old girl's breasts on TV.
What makes you think I missed it?
You saw Chicago Hope?
Absolutely.
You did not. What was it about?
I have breast radar. No, I missed it. What happened
On Monday, Chicago Hope, viewers saw a full frontal view of a 17-year-old girl's breast.
So that's okay.
The girl was worried about reconstructive surgery after breast cancer operation.
What a joke. You know, if I talk about breasts, I'm fined $2 million by the FCC.
CBS got virtually no complaints. Why? Because they didn't promote it.
Oh.
Before the show aired.
What a joke.
And they said not calling attention to the nudity didn't make it appear as if the scene was sexual.
How were her nipples?
I don't know, Howard. I didn't see them.
So the FCC says it's okay if you show breasts on TV as long as you talk about, like, cancer and you put it in a serious thing.
Well, that seems to be the line. Remember Meredith Baxter Burney?
Yes. Yeah, she got to show her breasts.
Yeah, was on TV showing her breasts because they were talking about cancer.
She have nice nipples?
I don't know. But they did talk to the Reverend Donald Wildman.
Uh-oh.
USA Today going out and calling him.
Another expert.
He blasted.
How unpredictable.
The ABC showing of NYPD Blues sex scene where they showed nude buttocks.
What's that going to do to somebody?
They said everything could have been done without the visual. And they say of CBS's effort, it was simply an effort to break the barrier, which they did.
Reporters are great. So this occurs, so who do they call? This guy Wildman wouldn't even know about it, but they call him. And now he gets all fired up about it. And why are they calling him? He's no expert. They might as well just call anybody.
He's a dude.
Yeah, why call him?
A guy.
Why play into that whole thing? Because he has some stationery that says he's in charge of the public's morality? Reporters are such skibozes.
Wildman further said men have cosmetic concerns and operations on their testicles all the time.
So let's show it.
But that doesn't mean we should let it all hang out on TV.
Oh, please. Hey, any woman with cancer want to come down tomorrow and show us your tatas for E?
No, you don't even have to have cancer. Just tell us you're concerned about it.
Yeah, tell us who wants to do a breast demonstration for us. Come down here and I'll put it on the E channel. I should have no complaints.
You show her how to do a self-breast exam.
I put a girl in a thong. They got 900 complaints. It's because it's me.
And finally, Darryl Strawberry is having some trouble. He failed 2 drug tests.
Yeah, but how are his nipples?
And he's been suspended by Major League Baseball.
Who, Darryl Strawberry?
Yeah, he'll have to sit out for 60 days if they should ever play again.
Isn't that great? They finally, like 12 years down the pike, they finally get it back in line and they get baseball going again. He's got to sit out 60 days.
He's having all kinds of trouble. The IRS, drugs.
I'll give breast exams on tomorrow's show, by the way, for any girls who need to check for lumps.
There you go.
There you go. Now I finally worked their way into feeling somebody up.
Well, that's what's happening, Howard.
Thank you, Robin, and thank you, everyone. And we will certainly get the show over with right now. Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe, to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Saturday night, March 11th, at Seasons Resort, it's Jackie at Great Gorge. For dirty jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. Join Sinead O'Norris and many other bands for a charity event next Tuesday, February 14th at Irving Plaza. All proceeds benefit With God's Love We Deliver. Fred into the charity work.
Very hooked up with that charity.
Who knows what's going on there?
No, I've heard him do a couple of benefits for them.
Yeah. Well, how did you get involved with them, Fred?
They called and I came. That's it.
Very good. To get a signed copy, imagine you finally get a celebrity for your charity and it's Fred.
Sorry. Well, people seem to enjoy it. They've asked me that.
You know, in so many charities, there's millions of them out there, are looking for a celebrity to link up.
Well, Jackie won't.
And they finally got a celebrity, but it was Fred Norris.
Sorry.
To get a signed copy...
You just wait till he has the Fred Norris open.
There you go.
To get a signed copy of Stuttering John's CD, call 201-942-OUCH. If you're planning a wedding or party and you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040.
I'm available for charities.
What charity would that be, Scott?
The Scott Salem charity.
Cancer would be everything.
Yeah, any type of cancer.
Yes. And cigarette charities.
For people who can't get their hands on cigarettes, you help them get them?
That's right. I'm a charter member. Cigarettes on wheels.
Cigarettes on wheels.
Pledge card. We deliver cigarettes to people who can't get out.
That's funny.
Shut-ins and bald people.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Rob.